All right, it's time. Another week, ZTGD Radio. This is episode 743 for April 24th, 2023. And on the show this week, we got Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here.
And we got Terrence.
What up, y'all?
We should have played the...
You know what? I almost hit it. Like, I had it open on the soundboard. I was like, you know what? When he says we got Terrence, I'm going to go ahead and hit that button. I was like, nah, I'm not. Someone will hit it during the show today.
Oh.
Someone will hit it at some point today. It's fine.
Whew. So, yeah, we got a lot of video games to talk about this week. A lot of stuff's out. A lot of stuff is coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Can you believe we're a week and a half from Redfall?
I know.
Yes,
I looked at that.
Anthony is Anthony. I'm just gonna warn. So this is, you know how like some things like parental advisory or whatever. Today I'm gonna piss off Xbox fanboys and I'm gonna piss off PlayStation fanboys. Nintendo, y'all just mad because everything's at 15 frames a second. But well,
I mean, right? Y'all just stay mad. But yeah, yeah. I'm still looking forward to Redfall. I know it's whatever. But I think it's gonna be fun. Like I like what it's putting out, and I think in this stage of my life, like that, those are my sweet spot games because I like multiplayer games, but the co-op ones that I can play with like either y'all or my wife or my kids. Yeah, I know. That's how it goes. That's how I end up playing with strangers.
Host only progress? Fuck off.
Oh, see, and then there's that. But like, if I play with like Amanda, she don't give a fuck about no progress, so she'll play with me, whatever. Like, she ain't gonna care if she on the first level. Like, she just out to shoot some shit. So, but yeah,
until the first time she comes back and she's like, "Well, where's that weapon I had?" Well, let me explain to you how this game works.
You're right. I forgot. Yeah,
you don't get shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't. That just seems like that to me is a more colossal fuck up than the 30 frames a second. I'm sorry.
It is that God, yeah.
Hey, y'all want to play some Redfall? Nah, I don't want to have to start over everything I just did.
Right.
That's why we never played that Sacred. There was a really good Sacred game that was co-op. Was it 2? I think.
It was the best.
And
the Sacred series.
And, like, nobody wanted to play with each other because it was host-only progress.
Was it 2 or 3? Because I
thought it was 2.
I think I played 3. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I played 3 and 3. Well, I liked 3 because 3, like, you had mounts and stuff. And, like, there was, like, different mounts that you, like, you had to do different quests to unlock, like, fire mounts and different, I don't know, different monsters. I liked it. But yeah, host-only, that needs to go away. Like, it should be at this point. Like, goodness.
All right. Anthony, we'll kick off with you.
Yeah, because the zero moving on.
Yeah, I got to talk about...
I love Anthony.
Talk about anything?
Man, I legitimately, I'm now so fucking deep in this stupid fucking real estate thing. Like...
This motherfucker to open up his own real estate company in Canada. He's like, I feel like I could do it.
Call Anthony Century 21. That's his new nickname.
Fucking... I'm literally right now, if I look at my TV screen, Kiryu's just standing there waiting for my collections to pay out. Because I want to be the slumlord of Kamurocho.
Slumlord of Kamurocho.
Whatever, tell like your Kiryu was about his bag. You getting his paper.
Well,
that's all right.
Since you need money to do everything in this game because there's only one level up currency and it's just money, goddamn right I am gonna sit there and just cheese this fucking game.
Give me that money, boy.
So, that'll be cut out of fucking context and used as a sound effect.
Probably.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah, that's it. I mean, really, I have not done much else.
All right. I'll move
Overwatch,
on.
But
nobody wants to talk about that because that game is baroque right now. Like that game is baroque.
I ain't played it this week, so yeah.
Dude, that matchmaking, I lost. One night I played, I went 1-7, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to play this no more.
See, and then when I hear you having matches like that, I'm like, a nigga like me, who's not diamond level.
I'm not. I'm almost not diamond anymore. I'm almost not diamond anymore. I lost so much, I dropped all the way down to diamond 5.
Egg.
Yeah.
All on the matchmaking being. That's.
I mean, I couldn't
God.
win. Until last night, it had been 2 weeks since I'd won back-to-back games. Like two in a row.
Messed up.
2 in a row. I lost 6 in a row at one point, but I never won 2 in a row. I think I lost 70. Yeah, I lost 70% of the games I played in the last 2 weeks. And at some point, you're like, this just ain't fun. This losing every game, like, nah, this ain't fun. So, yeah. I don't know. They fucking up. Which is not a good time to fuck up, because, like...
Right?
Yeah, people kind of get mad at the game. Not a good time to have bad matchmaking. But anyway, that's enough Overwatch. Let's talk about other games. What you got?
I got a lot. So, let's start with Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Because I reviewed it and haven't been able to talk about it. And it was on my list anyway because one of the things I like about being able to review games, especially ones like this, is when you have it and then being able to go back and play it on launch day with other people. So I was hopping into matches and helping some people out with some different stuff. That is a very fun game. It is still it still amazes me that it is as solid and as good a game as it is with the long route that it has been to get here.
9 years.
Yeah, like, man, I don't know how many different studios done touched it and done a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I think it was 3. It started with the former Jaeger guys, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it passed to somebody before it went to Dam Buster.
Yeah, I don't remember who the middle.
I don't either. I just know it started
at
Jaeger.
Sumo?
Yeah, it was Sumo. You're right.
It was Sumo. Yep.
Huh. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's... I mean, so if you are a fan... Oh, go ahead, Anthony. What's up?
I'm looking. Techland was originally supposed to do it.
They
Deep Silver went looking for a developer. Yeah. And then Jaeger pitched something. So that was... They pitched something in 2012 and got the deal.
Yeah, and they announced it in 2014.
Then they announced it at 2014 at E3, Sony. Then I think this is the version that leaked not too long ago.
Hard telling.
And then 2015, Jaeger has been dropped from developing the game. And at that point, Sumo picked it up. And then in 2019, Dam Busters got it.
Dam Busters is partially former Free Radical people.
Yes, and they did Homefront: The Revolution, Chorus, and then Dead Island 2.
I mean, that's not a horrible...
Chorus is so good.
Chorus is really good.
So good. This is a team that clearly knows how to fucking clean up a mess.
Yeah.
Because Homefront: The Revolution was a fucking mess. Let's be honest. Like, they started development, but the Homefront series was a mess, and they did something smart with it.
I got that on advice from one of y'all. Actually, it might have been all of y'all who said it wasn't that bad. It was on sale for like $1.99 or something.
Oh yeah, it's totally worth
on Xbox recently.
Yeah,
and I mean it's like it's running at 60 frames and stuff. I enjoy it. I'm like, damn, this is okay. But Dead Island,
Far Cry. Sorry, that's all I have.
Yeah,
to say
that's what I was going to say. That's how it feels. Yeah, it felt like urban. It feels like urban Far Cry. Dead Island, if you liked the first one, you welcome home. Like, this is it's so good. The only thing, and I talk about this in my review, that I really, really, really dislike that they took out and changed is the melee system, because in the original one, it was convoluted, but you could pare it down to a simple mode and it worked, but it used the right stick to swing weapons and stuff, and it was a lot. But you could target specific limbs, so you could hit, a leg, or you could swing, your weapon and target it. Well, in the sequel, you just, hit the right trigger and you just kind of swing left and right. There is no targeting. You can kind of move the camera, but you can't target each individual swing. And it sucks with this because they've developed this system with these zombies that they're calling this flesh system, where these zombies can be, I can't think of, procedurally taken apart. Like, so if that's the right word. So like if I'm attacking, with a sword, you'll see that slash.
Don't they call it the flesh system?
Yeah,
and it's an
what
acronym.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
Okay, sorry.
I just don't know what the acronym is for.
Yeah, the acronym actually
stands
for something. I don't remember.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Let's find out.
Because it's kind of goofy.
Yeah, I remembered it was funny, but I didn't.
Okay, that is great. Fully locational evisceration system for humanoids.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, that's fucking brilliant.
It's so good to do it in practice, to take these zombies apart. You slash with a sword, you see that slash rip through the material on the shirt or whatever they're wearing, it goes through the flesh. Like, you can open up and see, like, the different, go down to the muscles, then to, like, the ribs, and they all have innards. Like, you can see their lungs and different bits. Like, there's so much detail in these zombies. Like, it's literally a joy to take them apart.
That sounds like the musings of a serial killer. I'm not going to lie.
Well, there aren't any black serial killers, right? I don't have you guys don't have to worry about that.
Hold on now. Let me just Google that. Yeah, there's definitely none. 15 infamous black serial killers. If you can pick 15 to be infamous, there's enough.
Yeah, there's enough.
They're just not building bombs and putting them at the fucking government buildings. That's
right. But no, listen, it's just zombies. It's these, come on now. These things, they're zombies. But seriously, it's a lot of fun. Like, and it's artistically, like, I don't know, they did a really good thing, like, with this, and I would love to see them get this technology out to some of the other, if they can, to some of the other zombie games, because it added to just the visceralness of the game. Because, I mean, you're beating these zombies with literally anything you can find, right? So bats, tire irons, knives, whatever. There are guns, which actually the good thing is in this is you get guns a lot earlier than you did in the original, because oh my God, it took forever to get a gun in the first game. So you do come across them sooner, and the weapons can be modded. So there's, you can mod them to set them on fire with strikes. You can mod them with electricity to stun them. And there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of synergy, because they have different, like, fluids. There's jerry cans that you can find with, like, shut up, with water and fuel and acid and stuff, so you can kind of mix things up. So you can, make a puddle and then throw a battery at it, and now you have an electrified puddle that you can lure zombies into. Or you can, set, a ring of fire, literally, with this jerry can that never runs out of fuel. Make a, fire ring, set it on, fire, and then have the zombies try to get out and stuff. So there's a lot of creativity and environmental ways that you can kill the zombies. Story? It's a story. I mean, it's not great, but it's there. I mean, the fun here is obviously in the combat and taking apart, the zombies and that competitive nature, or not competitive, co-op, playing in co-op.
The co-op is weird because it's only same system. It doesn't have crossplay, and you can only join sessions on the new consoles. You can't do it on the old ones.
Yep, and I was just about to say that because I forgot. I did omit that from my review, and I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be patched later. But yeah, currently if you're playing on Xbox or PS4, you can't host a co-op match. You can join, but you can only wait. Can they join, or can they not play co-op at all?
I don't think they can join at all. And Dan Buster said they're going to work on it, but. Yeah, I don't think they can do anything. I don't think they can play co-op, period. Okay,
because I thought it just said they couldn't host, but then that wouldn't make sense if they... Okay, yeah, that is messed up. Especially since, back when the game was first announced, that's where it was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, 9 years ago was a long time.
This is true. This is very true. So hopefully that is something that they can get fixed to... for those people that still have those systems, because it is a good game. They actually did a really good job with this. I went in with the lowest of expectations.
I mean, fair.
And it's no offense against them. You know what I mean? It's just this game has been developing forever. I figured, Duke Nukem Forever.
No, Duke Nukem Forever didn't turn out all that great, so
No, exactly. And this, I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, if you enjoyed the first one, you definitely should check it out. Did you get to play co-op at all? I know you messed with it, but
No,
did
I
you do the co-op?
literally played it for like an hour, and then I got roped into some other games that I shall not mention.
Right, I got you. I got you. Okay, well, but yeah, so Dead Island. Let's move on. So I'm playing some Disney Speedstorm. I'm not gonna talk a whole lot about some of these because I'm going to write a review on them.
Sorry.
But
I
okay.
wanted to play that game, and it's like it's supposed to be free to play, and it's got all the free to play shit in it, but it's like you have to pay the minimum is like $30 to play right now. Like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah. And that's the problem. So, and it's because it is a free to play ass paid game because okay. If you play any of those mobile games or those free to play games, you know that to get anywhere in them, you have to grind, right? There's like 70 billion different currencies. There's shards if you want to get characters. There's this currency that works for this currency that works for that, but you can only get it on Tuesdays if the moon is left. And then it's just crazy. Well, this game has all of that. So you having to pay money and then come in here and still have to grind out hours upon hours to get X amount of shards to get your Mickey Mouse to level 2 so you can get his ultimate ability. You feel a little cheated, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, there has to be a better way for them to do this. Like,
is this the world we live in where you now is like, how much money do I have to spend to get Mickey Mouse's ultimate ability in a racing game? Like, is this what you want, Walt Disney? Is this how you want to roll?
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
You know what?
Like,
you know what I find.
Walt Disney wanted to keep employees living in a small community off of the main Disneyland area.
You know what?
Walt Disney absolutely wants exactly this. He's dead, but this is what he'd want.
He's not dead. He's in a jar. I'm telling you, he's in a jar.
Okay,
that's what I heard.
He's not in a jar. He's cryogenically frozen, if you believe the myth. He's not in a jar.
Under the park or something.
Well, he's frozen
but he's
in a
not.
jar.
He's dead.
But, no, what I wanted to say about these free-to-play games and what irritates me more than anything is you can't judge this game on the free-to-play aspect because it's not free-to-play yet. Like, if you pay the $30, you get some of the shards. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, I was about to go into that. Yep.
So you get some of that stuff. Like, you don't get like Dreamlight Valley launched almost a year ago now, right?
Yeah.
And it's still not free.
Nope. It's still and they're still updating it. Like, it's on the 4th or 5th update. Like a pretty substantial expansion too.
Yeah, and you don't.
Yeah, it's still not free.
You can't just play it. You have to pay to get in.
Is this the scam? Is what you're saying?
That's what I'm feeling. Like, you can't look at it as a free-to-play game because they're like, whoa, you want early access, so you're going to pay to get in. Motherfucker, it's been a year. That's not early access. That's like you're never going to make it free.
And I mean, what's it called? The WB thing.
Oh, multiverses.
Oh, multiverses.
Right. So, like, that was free to play.
But you could spend money, and then they just shut it down.
You could spend money to get early access. Yep, and then because it's going to be free to play when it comes out.
It ain't coming out.
But I think I'm in the same boat as Ken, and it's not even like I'm not even trying to be a dick. It's just, I mean, come on, that's the perfect. Well, we just don't think we can deliver something that. I'm sorry, I don't do business speak enough. That we don't feel like the game would integrate with our customer base the way we wanted it to. Which is saying we don't think enough people would spend money on this piece of shit.
Well, they did.
Wow, you know what? That is a scam. You're right, because they could. After they charge people, let's use Dreamlight Valley, for instance, for a year. You have all these people who spent $50, $70, $100 on these Founders Editions to get in, and now a year later, you're like, you know what? This game actually didn't gel with our community the way we thought, so we're going to go ahead and discontinue service in 6 months. We apologize for everything, and we hope you all have enjoyed, and will come see us for our next thing. They ain't giving none of that money back.
No, of course
not.
Why would they?
And then, like, what the heck? So this multiverses thing actually is going to be super crazy to see if they do really, because I didn't even think about that. That's wild.
That's
Okay,
like
but look,
that's like the ultimate pyramid scheme right there. Like, why don't you fight Bugs Bunny against Rick and Morty for 6 months and then never again?
Yeah, right. And now you can just do it in your dreams.
Thanks
Just
for
keep it
the
up there.
$100.
You do want to play.
Jackass.
You do want to play as Morty, don't you? Don't you? Don't you?
Nah, I want to play as Velma or Scooby Doo. That's where I'm at.
Velma's my girl in that game. I love her. But okay, so listen. So Speedstorm, yes, it's free to play, and yes, y'all are right, honestly. But what's sad about it is it actually is fun. Like, the gameplay portion is solid. The racing mechanics are good. Like, the drifting mechanic is probably one of the better ones of these kind of battle arcade racers that's out there. Like, you can go into a drift and you can hold it like for a long while in this turn. You can change direction on it easily. Like, it's really sweet. It doesn't take a whole lot of practice to get used to it, to really get to master it. So it's really quick to get into or easy to get into, which is kind of important for a free to play game. Graphically, it looks good. The tracks are good. The music is what is really great about them. So they're all like remixed versions of some of the soundtracks from the movie. So some of the Hercules soundtracks, the Steamboat Willie scream of that track is actually kind of cool. You like bust through a movie screen and like everything is in black and white, but you're in color. Like, that one is actually really cool. The Pirates of the Caribbean, they remixed the Yo Ho Ho to like some techno beats.
Zippity doo
Zippity. Yep. The music in this game is really good. Like I said, the graphics I like, the way the characters are depicted is cool, but it's a mixed bag as far as who they have. So like, you have like Mickey and friends, but right now it's Mickey, Donald, and I think Goofy that's in there. And then you have, for pirates, it's Elizabeth Swann and Jack Sparrow. Monsters Inc. is like the battle pass that I guess launched with it. So you unlock their shards yes, it has a battle pass too, by the way. So of course you have to pay extra to get the premium battle pass, but that's included if you buy the Founders thing.
That's the $100 one, right?
Yep, that's the $100 one. So that'll get you.
Just gonna say it, like, don't you wish we could return to toys to life at this point?
I really do, honestly. I really do.
Sorry, I want to correct
on my
that.
shelf at least.
The Founders Pack is $70. I apologize.
Is it? I thought that. What's the 100?
There's no 100.
The
There's
ultimate?
a 30, a 50, and a 70. Those are the 3 packs.
Oh, it went down. It went down after it came out. So there must have been extra stuff if you pre-ordered it, because the pre-order price, the Founder was $99.
Yeah,
so they reduced in price after it.
They're all Founders Packs. So there's the standard Founders Pack, the deluxe Founders Pack, and the ultimate Founders Pack.
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimate.
I like that breathy voice.
Ultimate. You can get Mickey's super ultimate butt stomp.
They got that. Yeah. You get a little, you get like this. And you know what's crazy about that? Cause I think that's the one that they sent for the review. You get a skin, and the way it's worded is like it's supposed to be for every character. So granted, you don't have all the characters unlocked because you have to grind to get them.
Even if you have the Founders Pack? Like, even if you have the $70 one? Dude, what the
I still
fuck?
I don't have a whole lot of characters unlocked. Yeah. And no, in the shards that they give you, it's not enough to really, like, it'll get you to level 2. Which is, it'll give you your ultimate, but that's it. Yeah, oh god. Yeah. So it's sad that there's legitimately a good game that is trapped behind this free to play wall. And it probably will end up going the way of every other free to play game, unfortunately. Moving on. Mage Seeker, League of Legends. If you're not a League of Legends fan, you probably won't dig this. Wow. Anthony, you missed it. There you go. I got you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't giving him shit for that.
I'm going to death. Jesus.
So it focuses on Silas, who I will admit I don't know a whole lot about. Anymore I play the League of Legends on the phone, the Wild Rift. And I stopped playing it on PC some years ago, and Silas wasn't out. at that time, and he's not in Wild Rift. So he is from Demacia, who I hate because that's where Garen, it's one of the nations in League of Legends, where Garen and them, they're a bunch of uptight people. I rock for Noxus because Darius is my boy. He's one of the lords in Noxus, and we don't really like Demacia. But anyways, so Demacia is they keep their mages on lockdown. And they have these mage seekers that are trained to hunt down and
this
kill.
The name of the game.
I did. He said it. What it's called. So the whole premise of the game, long story short, is Silas was imprisoned as a child, and he ends up breaking free, and he basically is out for revenge. And through this winding quest, he's going to meet some, actually I've met quite a few of the people from, League of Legends, like Garen, you run into early. I'm actually not going to spoil it because some of them are big names that you probably wouldn't even expect to run into, but it actually is pretty dope. But if you're not a fan of League of Legends or want that extra lore from that game, it may not be your thing. I mean, it's a pretty standard kind of action RPG. He can absorb magic from other mages and cast it for himself. So fire mages, he can take a fireball from and cast that on them. So they have the environmental differences. So obviously the fire beats ice and so forth and so on. There's Lilani can actually make magic, so once you run into different spells, she can craft it, so you'll always have that spell on hand, and rather than him just having to borrow that from their that power from them. So it's got some stuff like that. It's not a bad game at all. It's just kind of there. It's kind of solid, but not not great. So I mean, but if you're not about the lore or anything, there's probably not much there that's going to draw you to it. What else have I played that's new before I go into the old stuff? Hold on. I think that's it. Because, we did Minecraft Legends.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I played... so I set up the streaming stuff because we're gonna stream some Overwatch. I know. Well, we can. I don't care. Like I tell y'all, I'm just here for camaraderie. Like, if y'all just want to get on there and fuck around, we can do that. Like, just have some fun and laugh. Like, I don't care. We can get on arcade and whatever. We ain't got to play for serious. We just play for laughs. So I was setting that up.
Like wood and stuff.
I hate it.
Like, you can come off the ship.
I hate
So
it
you're
so
here
much.
for camaraderie.
That wasn't me. So, although I did put
Well,
that
it's
in
50-50. Anyway.
It's 50-50. What? You could do math.
Wow. Anyway, so I got the streaming stuff set for us to do that. And I played Ghostbusters, which is still a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun. And they have improved that quite a bit. And they've added skins and stuff from the cartoon series, the Extreme Ghostbusters, and the one we grew up with. Was it the real?
Real Ghostbusters?
Real Ghostbusters.
There was two of those. The
reason why it was called the Real Ghostbusters is because the name Ghostbusters was for like an old live action television show that had some sort of like gorilla as part of the group.
I thought those were called the Real
didn't know
Ghostbusters too.
No, those are the Ghostbusters. Hold on. Let me.
I think as a kid, I always wondered why it was the real, but I never really, I didn't care to look, and then I forgot.
So the reason why there was the Real Ghostbusters, and then there was Extreme Ghostbusters in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was the Ghost Space Busters was a 1970s live-action television series from Filmation, and then in the 80s, after Ghostbusters got popular, they made a cartoon sequel that was just called Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters!
Man, that theme, oh my god. But yeah, so you could get the skins for like the Proton Pack and all that stuff in this game, and like I was looking, because I don't have it unlocked, because you have to like do different quests to do it. But I was like looking at it and I was like, oh my god, those were the toys I had as a kid. Took me back. I was like, oh my god, I had that pack. Oh, good times. So I did that. I played some Gundam Evolution with my son. That's just Overwatch with Gundams. People still play that. I mean, we got into matches relatively quickly. It wasn't
there's
too
a
long
lot
of a
of
wait.
anime dorks out there still playing that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, and that's what it was too. And it's funny too because me and him, because I had because when you go load into a match, it shows like your profile thing, kind of like in Overwatch. So it shows like your little picture if you have one, your profile pic if you have one for like in the game. And he didn't have one because he was just playing it, but I did. And what we found is like the niggas that had like the rarer pictures, them was the ones we had to worry about. Like that's what we realized. We was like, oh, that nigga got an animated picture. He's gonna be a problem, and that's what it was. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, what else did I play? That might be it. No, I played Ghostwire Tokyo. Actually, I'm gonna write up a review for that. I really like that game. And I know it's been on Twitter talking about like a lot of issues and stuff with it. I have yet to have any sort of problem with it. Like no crashes, no weird screen stuff, no nothing. Like it's been fine.
Digital Foundry says otherwise.
Yeah, well,
how dare
I've been
you
very
release
vocal about how I feel about
visual
them.
thing?
I know. Yeah, I
still think I still think the dead zone and the aiming is a little funky, but it was funky in the PS5 version.
I that is about the only problem. But I did, if you do some tinkering, and this took like 20 minutes of playing with the different settings and stuff, which they have a lot of accessibility stuff in this game. But playing with those settings, I got something where it feels comfortable, but it still doesn't feel right. Yeah. Like that is what's weird about it. It does feel just off, but the atmosphere and everything is so good. Oh, and when it starts raining, oh my God, I live for those moments. I wish it was raining all the time. Like I love the rain in that game, but I don't know. I love the rain. Like I'm just that type of nigga. I like the rain. And what I was talking about, the accessibility stuff, you can, and I don't know if this was in the PlayStation when you can tell me, it has an option where it can reduce the horror effects. Was that in the PlayStation one?
I don't think it was at launch, but they might have added it later. I'm sure it's
okay.
It's a carbon copy of the PlayStation version as it exists today. So.
Okay. I'm curious what that does because I've turned it on and then kind of played and had some stuff happen and I turned it off and kind of played and I can't really tell a difference. So, because it doesn't tell you, it just says you want to reduce horror effects. And if you turn it on, it goes a little dog that goes like, woof. And if you turn it off, it's a monster that's all like, and you're like, oh, damn. Okay. But I can't tell I don't know. But, yeah, I dig it so far. The story it's interesting. Like I'm here for it. But I think Japanese folklore and stuff is interesting to me anyway. Like I dig that kind of stuff. So
I like that game. The game was fun.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I played a little bit of Greedfall because I realized I didn't finish that. That game is also, that game is fun. I think that's pretty much it. I played some more Baby Bayonetta, but I'm gonna get a review. I'm almost done with that, so I'm gonna get a review for that. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, I'll run through the indie stuff first before I get to the bigger stuff, except for the one I can't talk about. I played a game called Moto Rush GT. Basically a first-person motorcycle game where you're weaving through traffic. If you hit something, start over. It's not very fun. Mr. Brocco and Company is a side scroller where you play as a stalk of broccoli with a mask on, and you are jumping on top of hot dogs and hamburgers and cookies and bad food. It's not great.
Okay.
Light of Life is one of those, solve this one puzzle, 2 puzzle, 3 puzzle, blah blah blah, whatever. Itora is actually a nice side-scrolling adventure. I really enjoy the animation of it, and it controls really well. So I actually did enjoy that one. This next game is one of those, here's a level, solve it, move on to the next level, solve it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grid. But you're playing as Panic Porcupine, who is like obsessed with
Sonic the Hedgehog.
But he's obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. When the first cutscene you go into, he has a poster of Sonic in the background with sunglasses and muscles. It's fantastic. And it actually does play like Sonic a little bit.
I've heard it's Sonic mixed with Meat Boy.
Yes, that's exactly a good description of it.
You know who that description came from?
Who?
The developers.
I mean, it makes sense. That's exactly what it feels like, and I kind of dug it. All right, a couple more games I didn't dig. Air, Ayre, Air, and the Crystal Comet. It's a third-person game where you ride a dragon in what looks like an Odd Lots version of Minecraft. It is not good. Secret Agent Cold War Espionage. I'm sure you remember us talking about that last week. Oh my god, that game is bad.
Is it awesome?
It's awful. So it's a third-person game, and I didn't really even get to play it because it dumps you into this level, and it has you climb this wall, and then it says before you can progress, you have to tap the right bumper to look at your binoculars to point out the spy. I put those binoculars on that spy in every angle you could possibly do, and it just never registered it. So I could not progress or play the game. Which is fine, because it was slow and clunky and kind of played like shit. So, Catacomb Master. Do you want 1,000 achievement points in 2 minutes? Play Catacomb Master. You literally just push a rock to a door and jump through, and that's it.
I'm glad you said something about that, because I actually noticed that yesterday, because I've been comfortably at the top of our Xbox little leaderboard thing for the entire month at like 1,500 or 1,700 gamer points. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to finish first this month, which I like ever do. And then here you come and like knocked me to number 2. And I'm like, where the fuck did this nigga just get 2,000 points from?
Catacomb Master.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what did he do?
Yeah, I completed 1,000 points in that game. It was riveting.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's just a little chuckle.
Revita is it's like basically you're climbing an elevator, and then in each level of the elevator you got to solve a platforming puzzle. It's okay. Cavity Busters, which we joked about last week, that is straight up like what's the name of the game? Shit. Binding of Isaac.
I was going to say, that's the Binding of Isaac one that's like uncomfortable with the teeth.
So your weapon is a tooth, and you can throw it, and you have to pull it back like a boomerang.
Oh.
It's gross.
Okay. Jeez.
I turned that off. I was like, I don't like this at all. This is just uncomfortable. Alright. I love this next game. It's called Wild Dogs, and it is essentially Contra in like Game Boy Green, and it's kind of fucking rad.
Yo, what is it called? Sorry?
Wild Dogs. This game is it plays sublime. Like, it feels wonderful to play. It's got
okay, yeah.
It's got the Contra guns,
very
like the
much
spread
Contra.
gun. The second level
full
is
screen.
Yeah, the second level is you in a helicopter doing like a horizontal shooter. Oh, this game is so good. I love this game.
Huh. So I looked up the developer, and they do a lot of fucking run and gun games.
This one is excellent.
They all look pretty fucking cool. Biolab Wars. You are, I think, a dog inside a robot suit.
Okay.
You are the Biolab. No, you're playing as a person in some of them. Okay, that is just straight up Contra. Cool. And then this is also definitely just kind of, well, this is more of a platformer, but Savage Halloween.
I think I played that. I think that was pretty good.
These are pretty fucking neat looking. And then Wild Dogs, and then there's one more I have to take a look at.
Wild Dogs, you actually have a dog with you, which is awesome.
Millie and Greg.
I don't remember that one.
It looks pretty neat. It looks very Meat Boy Celeste-esque.
Yeah, Wild Dogs is fucking rad, and I think it's super cheap, if I remember.
I think all of them were $5.
Wild Dogs is $10, but it's totally worth
okay.
it. Yeah. I think that's all the indie stuff that I played. I did check out the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. I was not aware those were in widescreen. But those are wonderful. The intro to Final Fantasy VI is still amazing. The music sounds good. I got it on arranged right now. I might swap it to original. but I do like the arrange selection of music. It looks really good. Like you can speed up the walking speed and you can disable encounters, which are both nice. I just wish there was a little more, like a save state or something. Like you can pretty much save anywhere you want in those games, but it'd be nice if I could just save literally anywhere. That would be super nice.
Yeah.
But no, I'm enjoying those. It's weird because like my PlayStation fucking menu just got blown out because there's 6 separate apps, one for each game. So like my whole PlayStation menu
just do a launcher. Like what the heck?
Yeah, no, it's all separate because they sell them separately for like $18 a piece or something. But no, it's wonderful to revisit those games. Absolutely. I thought there was another game I was going to talk about. Oh, Street Fighter. I played the Street Fighter demo, and I don't like the new guy. Like, he just feels kind of generic. And then the other character they let you play as is Ryu. So I'm like, I really... Like, it looks great, and it plays great, but I really need, like, different characters. Because the new guy...
When did it...
What's that?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. The new guy what? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, the new guy just feels like another version of Ryu and Ken. Like, it's just kind of eh. So...
Oh. Does he throw fireballs?
He throws a sand blast, if I remember.
God.
But it's a fireball motion, and he has like a dragon punch.
Pocket sand.
I don't know. There's a sand dude in King of Fighters. It's kind of rad. I ain't gonna lie.
When does it come to Xbox? Because I do want to play. Wait. Okay. Well, okay. So this week. Yeah. So is this demo just like just that fight, or can you explore this Battle City thing that I've heard so much about?
You can do the Battle City thing. You can create a character and walk around the city in that as well. I didn't do that because that's not, like, I don't really care about that. I might check it out when the final version comes out, but I wanted to play, like, the fighting. Like, I wanted to see how the fighting felt.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels great. It looks
good.
Looks incredible. And they have 2 of the commentary people in there, which that's kind of cool. Like, that's a cool little thing. But yeah, it looks amazing. Feels great. I'm not sure about the new systems. I'll have to play with them more to see if I enjoy them. But I did like it. It sucks that there's only 2 characters in one stage. That kind of sucks. Because I was done after like 2 fights. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to see any more. I knew it was going to be good, so. Alright, now it's time to piss off PlayStation fanboys, because I played a little bit of Burning Shores. I haven't dove deep into it yet because I'm trying to finish a review game. And they got me Burning Shores like literally the day it came out, so I don't feel rushed to get through it. Horizon is probably the most beautiful game out there. It's absolutely stunning. This new DLC, you do need to finish the main story. So if you haven't finished it, you cannot play it. It was bittersweet that the story opens up with silence. Like that was kind of emotional. Like, he's the character that drives you to the new area, which...
Oh, man.
Yeah. This is also only on PS5, so if you play through the game on PS4, you cannot play this. It's just not even available. And I'll be honest with you, Horizon looks so good, I don't really know what changed. Like, it still looks good. I'm sure there's some things that they're doing that was only capable on PS5, but I just don't see them. Alright. From what I've played of it so far, I have come to the conclusion that I have about this game. It is beautiful and boring as shit. I'm sorry. Like, I find Horizon just to be like when I got into it, I was like, oh, let's pull up the weapon wheel. Oh yeah, this thing is a nightmare. There are 4,000 things on the weapon wheel. I don't feel like I need that much. Aloy is just an uncharismatic character that I could not give 2 shits less about.
Yeah.
Like, she is just so drab as a character.
I have the second one and I haven't even finished it yet.
Dude, I got so bored
anymore,
by the end of the second one. Like, I finished it, but I had to push myself to finish it. And I skipped most of the side content. Like, most of it.
That's what I was doing with my playthrough, because I was getting bored, so I was like, well, I'm just going to start doing the main stuff. And I stopped actually shortly after like I opened up the world a bit, and I think I met with Silence. I did something out in the world, and I'm sent to go after the other AI or whatever. I don't know, but it's beautiful.
Oh, it's
Beautiful
stunning,
game, but
stunning game. But that's all I ever see.
Dang it, I'm just bored.
That's all I see people talk about that game is like, oh my god, look how good it looks. Okay,
Yeah.
it does. It looks amazing, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I beat the second one. I remember 2 sequences in that game. Literally remember 2 sequences that were exciting. The rest of it,
Nice.
I could not tell you what happened. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, the world is just, it's beautiful, but it's like so boring to.
That's how I feel about every fucking PlayStation game that isn't like. Well,
I was never bored in
Astrobot.
Spider-Man. I was never bored in Spider-Man.
I got bored in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. But see, I like comic book characters. Maybe that was what carried that.
I think it was the
Spider-Man.
traversal that carried that one for me.
The story,
That
the
too.
story,
Yeah.
yeah, but the combat I didn't think was interesting.
The combat's kind of like that wasn't what drove
Yeah.
me. It was like swinging around the city and the story. Spider-Man, that's what carried me through that game.
Like the story was, I stand by being one of the best Spider-Man stories, but like whatever's going to happen in the next game, not that I'll be playing it, but it's just like you are now up against the first game. Have fun. And that, I think, is the problem with, like, I don't know. I've gone off about Sony stuff before. I don't want to do that on every fucking podcast. I don't know. It's just something within the way that they build their games has left me bored. That being said, at least Nintendo's around because fucking Xbox doesn't have anything, right? So it's like, I can't play Hi-Fi Rush. And everything else that I can play doesn't interest me, so.
I mean, you technically can play Hi-Fi Rush.
I'm not playing Hi-Fi
cloud-based.
Rush doing fucking cloud. Ugh. I might see if I can get it run on my computer, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, it's Game Pass, so if even it doesn't run, no money lost. So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I'm getting really like, I liked God of War, but I had a lot of issues with it. Like,
That's another one for that list that I'm not in any rush to play. Like the first one was good, but because I know the story of this one, and even though I love the gameplay and stuff in the first one, this one I know is more. I'm like, meh. I don't really have to. I'm okay.
yeah, they have a template, and out of respect, it works for them. It absolutely works for them.
Yeah.
Those games sell like crazy. I just think I've gotten to the point where most of the games I enjoy aren't coming from any first-party studio outside of Nintendo, like Anthony said. Like, Microsoft stuff has been almost non-existent, and Sony stuff has just become so. I don't want to say boilerplate because they are good games.
They are Oscar bait.
But I just I don't have a lot of fun playing them.
But that's an Oscar bait movie. Everything is technically brilliant. The acting is amazing. But its subject matter and the way that it handles itself, you feel there's like this disingenuousness to the build of the game. Like, it is formulaic. It is built to get rewarded. And it's like, yeah, I guess every game is that to some extent. But like, Sony stuff feels like it wants the actual like trophies to show off. Like, we were Game of the Year, instead of being like, we were fun and everybody couldn't put us down. Vampire Survivors, I think, is a really good proof that, like, fun gameplay can make you just as important. And at the end of the day, they still lost Game of the Year at the Game Awards to
Elden Ring.
And it's like, well, because Elden Ring, yeah, like, I don't like Souls games, not for me, but, like, they've carved out a niche that they're the masters of, but you're not getting that from anybody else. No matter how hard people try, no one does Dark Souls like games like the people that made fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah, but that game was also incredibly fun to play.
for a lot of people that didn't even like Dark Souls. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I played that game for like 25 hours, and I do not play Dark Souls.
Same.
Yeah.
And I
And
don't.
and there's lore and stuff, and I don't know. It feels like every time I try to interact with Sony stuff, I can just kind of see through the facade to we're aiming for critics' approval.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2 felt like that hard.
And then they say, but please don't talk about things that are integral to your actual review of the story.
Well, yeah, you're not allowed to talk about the story.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'll play some more of it. It is absolutely stunning visually, like, but I just don't know if I'm gonna have any fun actually playing it. So
I know I've said it, but my biggest thing with the sequel to this day was just the sequel didn't feel like it played as well as the first game.
I just felt like they do what every game does, and they tried to overcomplicate it, and there was just too much, like, literally going back into that game and pulling up the weapon wheel. I almost turned it off. I'm like, there's just too much shit here, like, way too much stuff to manage and keep track of, and like, I appreciate the auto stuff that they've added to that game, like the auto pickup, the skipping the animation, like, but if you're starting to add that stuff, maybe you shouldn't have put it in to begin with, because almost everybody turned it off. Like, I don't know. I know people are furiously typing on their keyboards because they're mad because Horizon is like the greatest thing ever since sliced bread and Jesus. But I'm sorry. I find Aloy just extremely boring, and I find that game just kind of mundane.
It doesn't help that Ashley Birch it's just Ashley Birch's voice.
She does not change her voice. It's just Ashley Birch.
The only time she does is Tiny Tina.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is her best character, in my opinion. But, like, yeah, she was the exact same as Vicky Vale in that Batman Unburied. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, well, I know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I did play a bunch of retro games. I played through Mega Man 1 and 2.
Those are fucking brilliant games to this day.
I started 3, and I think I got through 6 or 7 of the bosses before I finally was like, alright, I'm Mega Man'd out. I played a lot of Mega Man. I thought I played some other stuff too, and I was trying to remember what it was. Oh, I played some Beetle Adventure Racing and some F-Zero GX. That's the other stuff I played.
Beetle Adventure Racing is the fucking shit.
I love Beetle Adventure Racing. So many shortcuts. Such a great game.
I think that's part of the Koro Q series, actually, but they, like, licensed...
It's published by EA. Go figure that shit out.
Yeah. That's a weird... I want to say it was part of the Penny Racer series, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh no! All I know is that game is fucking amazing, and it's still amazing.
Wow! I changed the color of my car, and the stats change.
Hell yeah!
Oh no, sorry. I had it wrong. But it was changed. In Australia, it was HSV Adventure Racing, which turned to an HSV VT model. So it's the same game, just different cars. Different car model.
I need to do some... I thought about playing through the Shinobis this week. Maybe I'll play through the Shinobi games.
That PS2 game is still a masterpiece.
Oh, no, not that far.
I don't give
up.
a shit. You gave me the opportunity to say it, so I did.
What about, what was the girl one? What was it called?
Nightshade.
Nightshade, yeah.
It's no Shinobi.
Wow, I was muted. Yeah, Nightshade. No, it wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't. But I thought about, like I was watching some videos this week, and I saw, like, people talking about Shinobi 2 and Shinobi 3, and, like, man, I should go back and play those. They're great games. Anyway, it's a busy week. So much stuff coming out this week. We'll kick off with Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. We've got After Image, Roots of Paka, Stranded, Alien Dawn, Strayed Lights, Train Sim Console Edition, Ampersat, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle coming to Xbox. I'm excited for that. It's coming into Game Pass. Mangavania, Neko Rescue Tale, Ark Runner, Bramble the Mountain King, Omega Strikers, The Creepy Syndrome. That sounds like a Switch game, I'll be honest. Last Case of Benedict Fox is out this week. Tin Can. Yeah. Treachery and Beatdown City Ultra Remix. Gamma Tomb. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I lost my place. Oh, there we go. Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Sweet Bakery Tycoon. That's all just Xbox, PS5. R-Type Final 3 Evolved Deluxe Edition. Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution Payback Edition. Trinity Trigger. 8 Doors Aram's Afterlife Adventure. Those are all your next-gen games for the week. PS4 and Xbox One, probably mostly the same stuff. Yep. Live Alive is dropping on PlayStation this week. Arc Runner. And that's it. Do you know the Harry Potter game is coming out next week for the old systems?
Yep.
It's crazy. Smile for Me on Xbox One. I think that my Velocity Noodle. There you go. There's the big release of the week. Alright. Nintendo Switch. Got a lot of games.
Hold on. I looked up Velocity Noodle.
Lord.
You deliver fucking noodles.
Ramen?
Nice. And it's like a cyberpunk look to it. It's a platformer. It looks pretty neat.
Alright.
Positive reviews on Steam.
Nintendo Switch, we've got Doricone, Droid Trivia, Drop System Breach, Magical Drop 6. That's a puzzle game, I think.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass Wave 4.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Desta, The Memories Between. The X-Crawlers. Contraptions 2. Fortress S. Inversity. Mercenaries Lament Requiem of the Silver Wolf. Mugen Souls. Ninja Smasher. P-Cross S9. Roomy Romance. Spooky Spirit Shooting Gallery. Super Trunko Go. Amaze. Amaze Level Pack 1. Amaze Level Pack 2. I mean, it's all capitalized with exclamation points. You gotta put a little inflection on it.
Little razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Aztec Forgotten Gods. Chernobyl Origins. Dig Deep. Dormitory Love. Fran Bow. Grim Guardians Demon Purge. Loud, My Trip to Japan. Minabo, A Walk Through Life. Nuclear Blaze, which I wrote a review for that'll be out this week. Check that out. Piano for Kids. Super Aloy Ranger. The Companion. And Varney Lake. I wonder if Jim Varney's there. At the bottom of the lake. Sorry. That's it.
I'm looking up Varney Lake. It is a interactive fiction that has it's got some really cool fucking pixel art. But it's all static images
everywhere now.
What is everywhere now?
Pixel stuff, like
of course it is.
Like it's
cheap.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You know what I mean? But it's got some. But it's a text adventure, so I mean, but it is what it is. But like, look at this shit.
Oh, that's a pixel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That is cool.
I've come to suck your blood. Oh.
Search for the
That's definitely what that looks like.
Search for the truth in the nostalgic branching narrative. Choose your own adventure style. Solve accessible, brain-tickling puzzles along the way. It's the follow-up to Mothman 1966. Oh, okay. They this is part of a series they call Pixel Pulps, which is pretty fucking smart.
Pixel Pulps.
Yeah. And then there's a
Okay.
Bonsen Knights is going to be the last one, I guess. Neat.
Months and
I didn't-
nights. Oh. All right, let's do some news. All right, Xbox, you about to get fucking trounced. Let's go. I think we talked about Joe Staten leaving 343 and Microsoft last week to go to Netflix. Well, also leaving the Halo team. Frank O'Connor has left Microsoft after 20 years. Okay.
Halo is dead.
Halo is dead.
I mean, man, good lord.
Yeah. South Africa has joined the list of countries to greenlight the Microsoft exercise. By the way, Wednesday's the day, y'all.
Oh, is the
CMA
Europe
decision?
thing?
Yeah, it's on Wednesday, and Microsoft already knows the answer, which is probably why they planned that event. So maybe we're finally through this goddamn thing.
Praise the Lord.
Microsoft has reacted to the feedback of the new Xbox dashboard UI that it's too crowded, and it pulls it from the Insider program. Rip Terrence.
Yeah.
So according to Jez Corden this morning, we should see all of the changes soon. That's what he said on Twitter this morning. And that you're going to like it because they took all of the feedback. Some of y'all, I guess, been giving. It wasn't me. I don't give a shit.
You know what? I'm in those, but I don't give feedback. I don't have a huge problem with this stuff because I don't spend enough time on it. Like, I'm just there to get to my game. Like, I don't really care, but like, I mean, some stuff is cool, but whatever. As long as it works.
Microsoft has dropped Twitter sharing from its console. According to a reply from the official Xbox account, they have disabled it. According to reports, Twitter wants $42,000 a month to be able to share to the API, so Microsoft just said, nah. There
Exactly.
and
that's
I mean, Microsoft, like, this is death by 1,000 cuts. So we had the Frank O'Connor leaving. We have this. We also have the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster coming out this week, which skipped Xbox. We saw Oxenfree 2 was announced this week for everything except for Xbox. Including
it's coming to Netflix.
It's coming to Netflix.
It's coming to Netflix. It is not coming to Xbox. Let that sink in.
Yeah. Microsoft, hopefully after this acquisition you can get up off your ass, because right now your console, like, people are like, nah.
Yeah, when they run into Netflix before they come to you, brother, that's a problem. Like, what's happening?
Well, I mean, Netflix
Like,
owns that developer, so we should probably.
I mean,
state
true,
that.
but I mean, like, why are they not even like? What is this stain that's on Xbox? Like, I don't understand. That's weird.
Nobody
like, what
likes
the heck?
Xbox. See, Xbox. This is a beast of their own doing, because now developers are like, well, we're not going to do Xbox version unless you give us that Game Pass money.
Yep, and that'll be yep. You're right.
So
And it is their own doing too.
hey, Game Pass is great for consumers, bad for Xbox right now. Just throwing that out there. We got a rumor coming from somebody who correctly leaked Overdose and Bite Kados remakes. Tango Gameworks is reportedly working on 2 new games. One is an RPG, and the other is not Evil Within 3. So,
Okay.
Game Pass for the end of April. We've got Coffee Talk, which is already out. Medieval Dynasty, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. Homestead Arcana, which I booted up because I was trying to get an achievement for a Game Pass game, and I quit before I got an achievement because that game is okay.
I played that. You're not going to play it, but
No,
yeah, I forgot I played that.
That is some. I mean, it plays like shit.
It's a farming game.
Well, it plays like shit
Yeah,
too.
It's rough. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's out. Cassette Beast is out this week alongside Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, and then next week we've got Redfall. Finally, if you want to know what's leaving, if you want to buy it before it leaves, Bug Snacks, Destroy All Humans, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Tetris Effect Connected, and Unsold. God damn, that's a lot of good shit leaving.
Man, Tetris has been on there forever.
Yeah, like a year, I think, 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Did you mention Medieval Dynasty?
Yes, that's on Game
Yes.
Pass.
What do you think that game is?
Think
My buzzwords. Buzzwords.
My guess would be a survival roguelike.
It is survival.
Okay.
You got the first one, so.
Hey,
Ryan played it. I played that one too. You literally build a medieval dynasty. Like you build a town, like slowly but surely. But you have to, punch trees. You got to get people to live in your town. You got to collect food. Like it's one of those.
fuck your tree punching. I don't want to punch the fucking trees.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but yeah, you wouldn't like it. I think this is it coming to the original, like not the original, but Xbox One. Because it was already on Series X and stuff on Game Pass. I think this is it coming to the Xbox One.
It finally works on the VCR.
Yeah.
Media Molecules co-founder Mark Healy has left the company after 17 years. Also, Dreams is shutting down. Did we talk about that last week?
No, Dreams is not shutting down. They're not supporting it anymore.
Well, they're also lowering the save to like 5 gigabytes or something.
Oh.
So like
Okay.
you won't be
What
able
was
to
Dreams?
basically create your own shit, like everything Media Molecule
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay.
That was we're going really hard into like just making a tool for game development, but the problem is
Yeah.
nobody can monetize it, so kind of fucking.
did. All right, for this next story, I want you in your head to picture...
Also, can I just say?
Oh, go ahead.
Here's how many games Media Molecule has made. Little Big Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was they worked slightly on the PSP version of Little Big Planet. Then they did Sackboy's Prehistoric Moves in Little Big Planet 2. Then they like Prehistoric Moves was co-developed with Supermassive and XDev. Little Big Planet Karting, which was actually developed by United Front in San Diego studio. Media Molecule just again supported. Tearaway. Little Big Planet 3 was developed by Sumo. Tearaway Unfolded, which was co-developed with Tarsier. And then Dreams.
Well, that sounds right.
Yeah. Not a lot there. And Tarsier, fuck man, they're a really good studio.
Media Molecule makes interesting things.
They make interesting
They
engines.
just don't sell.
Because I don't want to make my own video game.
Yeah, you don't want to make your own fun. Like that's why I buy video games.
Remember Game Builder Garage?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nintendo don't remember.
Yeah.
My son played the shit out of that. I ain't gonna lie, he loved that thing. Alright, for the next story, I need you in your brain to picture the Jim Ryan laughing gif, okay? Because this is what competition does not do. PlayStation has increased the prices of its Steam games in multiple countries like God of War, Spider-Man, Sackboy, and Returnal from around 14.5% up to as much as 32.5% in the following countries: Argentina, Canada, Chile, China, Colombia, Japan, and South Korea. Now you got to pay Mo for them PC potes.
That's why okay, oh my god, that makes sense. That's why that kind of funny shit that's not funny, that's why that nigga was laughing like that.
Yeah.
Because they're making it more expensive and the shit don't even work on PC. I get it. That wasn't funny, that clip. That dude, ugh. Anyways, but Sony, what the hell?
I mean, why not?
Like,
why not?
And y'all just let them do it. Y'all here, Sony's number one. I'd gladly give you my money.
You
But
remember
Game
when
Pass is awful.
You remember when they raised the price of the console? Everybody's like, "Well, you got to pay for quality."
Yep, I remember.
Dude, I got yelled at on.
Dude,
Okay, so check this out. I got yelled at on Twitter for like 4 hours one night because some dude was defending the "don't take advantage." So you remember when Horizon came out and they were like, "You get the free upgrade if you buy the PS4."
Oh
version?
god, him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Dude was on me for like an hour. He's like, "You should just pay the $70." I'm like, "Why would I? I'm a consumer.
Why?
I would pay the $50 and upgrade it."
Right.
I'm just going to.
Dude argued with me for 4 hours.
I don't give a shit if you're like you're for Sony or Xbox or Nintendo or whatever. Let me just tell you something. Take the discount.
100%.
The corporation
Dude.
can handle it.
It's my money.
They're not your friend.
You know,
Like,
I'll support
they
a
do not
game.
care about you.
I will support a game on sale.
For sure.
That's
like,
me.
right.
Like, I only have so much
Man.
money.
You know how much
like,
I gotta pay
I
for
understand-
eggs right now? I paid $13.99 for 12 eggs. What are you talking about?
You got ostrich
I
eggs?
understand.
Jesus Christ.
I just paid up.
I just want to say I understand the idea of being like, buy it day one because game is, you know, it's going to be fantastic or whatever.
Yeah.
Or buy it in
yeah.
your lunch because when it's the most expensive, it shows that there's an interest, right? Like, selling 1 million copies when the game is $5, that's still good, but like that doesn't show necessarily interest in a sequel or whatever. I get that. But man, like Sony would sell your organs while you're alive. Like don't be like, "Oh yeah, they're good people."
I had the Jim Ryan laughing gif through my head through this whole conversation. He's just laughing at me.
Oh, me too. Me too. Because he just laughing all the way to the bank, man.
That's his job. That's what he do.
Crazy. I mean, it is. It is.
PlayStation Plus premium games leaving in May. Injustice 2, Lego Harry Potter Collection, Batman Return to Arkham, and Arkham City. What else we got here? Noah and Mio from Xenoblade 3 are getting amiibos. God, they're still making amiibos? Holy shit. 4 new Sega Genesis games coming to the NSO expansion include Flicky, Kid Chameleon, Pulseman, and Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition.
Wow, I'd only played 2 of those games.
Really? As a Sega guy, you've only played 2 of those?
No. I've definitely played 3 of the 4. I don't know if I've played the Street Fighter. But like, I wouldn't play Street Fighter there.
Well, no.
Flicky's boring as shit. Have fun. Kid Chameleon's great, but like, that's a very specific audience. And what was the last one?
Pulseman.
Pulseman is cool.
Yeah, I like Pulseman.
But like, you know, nothing gonna set the world on fire here.
Nintendo.
Fucking Flicky, good lord.
Oh yeah, Flicky. Nintendo had an Indie World. Lots of games announced. Obviously, Oxenfree 2 was a big one. Teslagrad remastered and Teslagrad 2 Shadow dropped. Blasphemous 2 was announced. I'm trying to see if there's any other big highlights here. That Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, the Jet Set Radio style game, got a release date of August 18th, which it has a 2-week exclusive window on the Switch. What the fuck is that? Like, why?
This is a good question.
I don't like any exclusive time window, but why pay for 2 weeks? It's just weird.
Yeah. Because I guess any advantage helps now. I guess that's the thought process. If we had it for a little bit of time, that's just going to help us out. Like
It's probably important. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably somebody else doing the porting, and it's just time based.
Also, you want to talk about dumb? What about paying for a week exclusivity of a demo, Sony?
Yeah, that's actually what I'm pissed off about too, because I'm actually on Twitter. I see somebody showing a clip of somebody running around the city just knuckling up with a random person. I want to do this, but I gotta wait because I don't have a PlayStation. Fuck you, Sony. Let me catch Jim Ryan in the street. It's on site, just like when he was in Paris. Catch him in the street, man. I'm telling you.
Some release dates. Firmament.
When you actually are getting like wood and stuff, like you can come off
on
the
now.
ship.
Firmament, the new game from Cyan Games, the guys who made Myst, is releasing May 18th for PC, PlayStation, and PSVR at a later date. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon.
Wow, that was a Freudian slip. Jesus Christ.
Hold on, this gets
Tell
better.
me how you really feel about Shovel Knight.
Well, when I finish the sentence, I think you will agree. Comes to mobile and will be exclusively available via Netflix for iOS and Android.
Yeah, have fun with that.
That is why you shovelwared it. All right, yeah.
Oh shit! Monster Hunter Now is the new game from Niantic. For the people who made Pokemon Go, we're launching September 2023 for iOS and Android.
I saw that. There's a Marvel one out that's out now in It's like in New Zealand or something. I downloaded it. It's broken as piss. Like it's super buggy. But yeah, so you can fight Marvel heroes on the street now too.
And that's what I want to do. I want to throw down with Morbius.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Niantic, you don't have the resources to keep doing all this shit.
Right? Like this is getting Monster Hunter just seems
Remember Harry Potter?
Yeah, that was dead. That one
dead.
died.
It's dead.
So here's
Jim.
a Marvel one. Also, they still have Pokemon Go and Pikmin Bloom going on.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
And they still do their original one that they did. It's got a weird Ingress, I think it's called. Egress or something like that.
Nothing makes me want to walk, by the way. Nothing.
Makes you want to what?
Nothing makes me want to walk. I don't want to walk around and to play your fucking video game.
Humanity is joining PlayStation Plus Extra on day one. Launches May 16th for PlayStation and PC. Square Enix announced that the Portopia serial murder case preview will launch as a free-to-play game on April 23rd on Steam. Panic has announced that they've shipped 53,000 play dates. Their internal expectation was around 20K. So, yeah, I know the duck is just going to keep. Fuck the duck.
Clip it. Okay.
MiHoYo's Genshin Impact developer Honkai Star Rail has reached over 10 million pre-registrations.
I think that's about to come out too. I saw it downloaded on my phone.
Whatever happened to that freaky skateboard open world game? Remember that from the Black Desert people? What was that game called?
Oh yeah. Hang on. I gotta Google it. Hold on.
I could see their faces in my head, and it's creeping me out. But I don't know.
I can't remember what it was called.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like you're in the
I'm trying to find that developer. Doke 5. About that one, or are you talking about Plan 8?
It's the Doka something. Doka something.
Doki 5. Yeah, that's it. From Pearl Abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. I will
these
say this though.
Weird ass games.
There is a. I have to just give me a second here.
Okay. No, I'm not. Give me a second here. What?
Give you a second. All right.
It's a podcast. Yeah, it's a podcast. I know. Shut up. I will say that.
While he's doing that, you know, The Sims 4 has over 70 million players since its launch in 2014.
Wow, and it's free to play now too.
Yeah, I know. Sims 4.
Yeah, my Amanda plays that. Actually, Alexis plays it too. Like they love The Sims.
Well, my wife got into it for a little while. When
I was a kid, I used to. I think I played up until 3, but I didn't buy all the expansions, and I didn't get 4 at all.
My son does what I did, which was like lock people in a room with no doors, no windows, no bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
yeah, just do that shit.
Yeah, you're going swimming. You're going swimming, and the ladder's being pulled out while you're in the pool.
That too. There's
Join
the
motherfucker. So
That's
I want to just note that the artwork for the game, the Doki 5 there, really cute.
Yeah.
And then you see the models, and you're like, well, that's a shame.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, look at the little pangolin that looks like a pineapple. Adorable. And then you see the like models of the creatures in game, and you're like, okay, well,
all right.
I don't want to play this anymore.
PlayStation 5 sales in the U.S. for March 2023 set a new PlayStation platform record. The previous record was held by, can you guess which system?
Nintendo Wii?
No.
PlayStation 2?
PlayStation platform.
Oh, PlayStation 2. God, Jesus. Yeah, of course.
You are both incorrect. Wait. The previous record was held by PSP. 620,000 in 1 month.
Wow.
Of all things, the PSP holds the record. Until now, because the PS5 now owns that record, which means PlayStation 5 shipped almost 1 million units in March of 2023.
I finally saw one in store. It was being purchased by someone, but I saw one in store finally.
You know how many?
Yeah.
Do you know how many Xboxes were sold in Japan last week?
17.
10.
And one of them was returned.
No, 167, I think.
Close enough.
That's compared to
And
like
10 of them were returned.
The PlayStation and the Switch were like 50,000 or something.
Man, like there's just no denying that PlayStation sells, and good for them. That's great.
I'm gonna say this right now. There's never a Series X anywhere.
No, I've yet to see, and I was actually, to your point, Anthony, I was going to say I've actually seen PlayStations in stores readily. So in like Target and stuff, they don't, at least mine, they don't put them out in the case. They keep them in the back, but there's a sign that says like we have PlayStation 5, and it's always out. So like,
there's
yeah,
never a sign at the stores I'm at, but it is seemingly getting much easier to find them in stores, not just like via Amazon.
I want to know where Xbox's systems. Oh wait, they gave them out to influencers. That's where they are.
Right. That's right.
That's what
like
they
got
do
like
with
where
the
they at?
controller colors too.
Well, that's the only people that
Yeah.
have those controller colors are the influencers.
But hold on, let me just fuck them with their stupid ass controller colors. I'm so done with that. Like, oh look, we have a big announcement, and then it's like, this is pearlescent green fucking controllers. Take that controller, shove it up your ass. Go fuck yourself. Make a fucking game to actually be able to use this controller on. Thanks.
I mean, when you got more controllers than games.
God damn it.
All right,
I'm not gonna lie. I would just be happy. No, don't turn them off. I was being genuine with that clap. I would just be happy if they would fix the Elite 2s. Like, stop putting out Elite 2s in different fucking colors, and then don't tell people that after they start playing for 2 weeks, the A button and the trigger ain't gonna work no more, and they're gonna have to send it back to you 5 times and never get a working fucking controller. Okay. Thank you. That was well used.
My Elite controller, fucking, the left bumper is broken.
Dude, the Elite controller, like, everybody's got a different problem because that thing's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It is.
I ain't gonna lie.
But when it works, it's so good.
Yeah, but it don't work very long. That's the problem.
No, it doesn't. And they keep coming out with different colors. It's like, nigga, fix the tech. Don't paint the shit. Okay. Whew. I'm good.
I want that screamed at the higher-ups at Microsoft.
Oh shit! All right, acquisition news. Sega has acquired Rovio for $775 million.
I have to assume that's for the data that Rovio has, and not fucking Angry Birds.
Not Angry Birds.
No,
yeah, 'cause that's wild.
It's for the mobile stuff. It's for the you're right. It's for the developers, the mobiles, the contacts, all that stuff. It's not for Angry Birds for sure.
Yeah.
All right, this one was weird, and I'm excited to see what comes. This feels like the old Embracer days, but Atari acquired the rights to over 100 video games from the 80s and 90s, including titles such as Bubsy, Demolition Racer, Hardball, 1942 Pacific War, etc. They also bought the trademark for Accolade and GTI brands. Atari plans to re-release lots of their IP catalog.
That could
so
be interesting.
Weird that they bought Bubsy and Accolade, seeing as how those two things were being held not too long ago.
Yeah, it was probably just
When
like
we
a
say
fire
Bubsy,
sale.
Is this the one that was on PlayStation, like the little animal? Okay, yeah.
Started on the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Or Genesis, yeah. I could see it in my head, but
dude,
put out 3D on PlayStation.
Put out
two.
Download a Bubsy 3D on current consoles. Let's go.
They put out two games, what, maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah, they had the side scroller and then they had the runner.
Yeah, and that was using the Accolade name, and now I guess that person just was like, fuck it, we're gonna just sell them off.
I mean,
I'd love to know the list. Like, everybody keeps saying they bought the rights.
Yeah, that's what I want to know the list.
There's
like,
100
Why
games.
didn't y'all post the whole thing?
Let's see if we can find the list.
I'm like pissed off because like
100 game purchase.
It's gonna come back and it's gonna be a website that says none of your business.
Here's a bunch of ROMs.
Like, yeah. Right.
Let me get my ROMs out here. Yeah, I can't find the official list.
Mm-hmm. it's like everybody seems to have this news article, yet when I ask for fucking who the fuck, like, what do they own? What did they buy? You keep mentioning Bubsy, but is there something else in there?
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. They're gonna tell us at E3 or E3 is dead. They're gonna tell us at
the
Keeley show.
The
Keeleys. Oh God, that's what we're gonna call it. The Keeleys. Oh yes.
Epic Games has acquired Aquiris Game Studio, which is the people who make Horizon Chase Turbo. They will be renamed Epic Games Brazil.
What's Horizon Chase? Is that a racing game?
Yeah, it's like a Outrun style, like arcade game.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw it in my head. Okay, all right, that's what I was thinking.
Sony has acquired Firewalk Studios. Firewalk has 150 devs and is working on a new AAA multiplayer game for PC and PS5.
They made anything?
What have they made before? What are they known for?
Or are they a support studio? I think they might be a support studio. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So they just kind of
Firewalk
help
Studios game list.
No, I'm not seeing shit.
They worked on Call of Duty, Destiny, Apex Legends, and Halo. These are the guys that used to work at Bungie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They spun off into.
All right, so this is gonna be their first thing then.
Their first big, new IP.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm all about some new IPs. Sorry,
Hell yeah. Focus Entertainment has acquired RailSimulator.com, the parent company of Dovetail Games. All right.
So. Dovetail makes the train sim worlds.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Diablo 4 has gone gold. June 6th release date. They will also be doing a Server Slam beta test May 14th through the 16th.
And they still won't be up for launch, so don't worry about it.
Right. And I'm gonna play again too because I wanna. Are y'all gonna play? Probably not because Ken is like, well, I don't want to play it multiple times because I don't like
Diablo?
experiences unless it's Overwatch.
No,
Yeah,
I played Diablo a ton back in the day.
I'm talking about the beta. You gonna play this beta slam?
Oh no, I'll play the final game when it comes out. No, I ain't playing the beta. Why would I want to play something that don't save
That's
my
what Terrence
progress?
That's what Terrence was just saying.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the game itself. Like, I'll have a grand slam at Denny's, but I ain't doing no server slam on Diablo. Fine.
You'll shit yourself too if you have that grand slam at Denny's.
My brother, there ain't nothing I eat these days that don't make me shit myself.
But you reach a certain age.
Yeah, that shit just happens. Like,
that's how it be.
Like, oh, I eat a cracker. Pff, off to the bathroom.
Yep, it's rough. It is rough.
CyberConnect 2, Fuga Melodies of Steel developer, is shutting down its Montreal studio at the end of July 2023. We talked about Remedy updating their logo. We talked about the Exoprimal stuff. Cliffy B is hopeful for a Lawbreakers revival, but Nexon owns the rights.
Nobody wants this. Like, your fans are not people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not the mass of people.
Also,
you know what? Whatever. I like Lawbreakers.
I got a funny one for you. We're gonna play a guessing game. So you remember his game Radical Heights?
Yep.
You know who owns the rights to that game?
No. Wait.
You'll never guess.
I'm not even gonna Google it either. Hold on. THQ. THQ.
Hold on. I need to know. Just
okay. He's Googling
fucking Jesus Christ. Okay, no, wouldn't have guessed it.
Yep.
Who is it?
Squanch Games.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Well, not Rick and Morty anymore, but yes.
Well, yeah, right. But yeah, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, they are going to launch that. Oh my God. I remember playing that.
No, they're probably gonna take the name and some of the look, but I can't imagine they're gonna do that. That's not what that studio does mostly.
That's true too. Yeah.
So who all remembers Ready at Dawn? Guys that made Order 1886. They were sold to Meta.
Hold on, Ready at Dawn. I want to just pull up their Wikipedia because
the Order always looked good, but I never played it. It looked amazing.
All you need is like 2 hours. The game's not long.
Yeah.
Did not know. Damn, wasn't it a launch title that was like expensive? Really, 2 hours?
It's not a launch title, but it was very expensive, and it's literally
like fucking
2 hours.
Ready at Dawn, and oh god, I can't remember the other developer. there was a couple of developers that were doing shit on the PSP, and all I could say is, like, those people should have been bought by Sony to keep their legacy properties alive, because Ready at Dawn did Daxter, God of War Chains of Olympus, and God of War Ghost of Sparta. And those are all great PlayStation Portable games that captured and they captured the feeling of the main series game. And when they dropped the portable lines, they should have still had these developers in pocket to make games out of these IPs that they own.
Instead, they sold them to Meta, where they were renamed Lone Echo, and now have been hit with massive layoffs, with at least 1/3 of the studio affected.
No, they're still Ready at Dawn. Lone Echo is a game.
Oh, sorry, I read that
They made
wrong.
that Lone Echo game?
Yeah, they made Lone Echo and Lone Echo 2 and Echo Arena. And Echo Combat.
And now they've pretty much been shit on.
Yeah, they'll be shutting down Echo Arena.
I didn't even know that
August
was
1st.
them. I didn't realize that. That sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
4 new Sego. I said Sego. That's pretty funny. Lego.
It's a band.
Lego Sonic sets are launching this August.
Did you watch the ad?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because they have oh my god, the voice of Sonic doing like talking to the narrator of the ad as the Lego minifigure. There's some pretty neat shit in there too. Like they have like how do you get Sonic around a loop? So you have this giant slammer, and you put the Sonic minifig inside like this plastic wheel, and then you slam down, and it shoots the wheel at high speed so it can go around the loop. I was like, that's really smart. So they're like kind of doing the same thing that they did with Mario, where they're making them a bit more toys than just Lego, but they're doing something interesting with Sonic. Yeah, that isn't just the Mario thing all over again.
New Street.
I'm sorry, Duck, that you don't like the fucking me talking about Lego.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
I know who did it. Trust me.
That doesn't mean that doesn't like that. No one knows what that quack means. That duck is
when
very...
you actually are getting like
quack.
wood and stuff, like you can come off the ship.
That's what that quack means.
I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Go
Street
ahead.
Fighter thing was this week. Demos.
They say Lil Wayne is a thing?
Yeah,
is
Lil
he
Wayne.
an announcer?
He was. I don't know if he's
God
an
dang
announcer.
it.
I didn't watch it. They did announce the
okay.
4 characters though, which I mean that leak happened forever ago, so we already knew who they were. We've got Rashid, AKI, ED, and Akuma. What the fuck is these acronym names? Like we have 2 of them. No, that's Ed. Sorry, they typed it wrong.
Oh, that's Ed. Yeah. Okay. First of all, they also showed, because I saw the trailer for this. They showed the order, and I'm gonna tell you what pisses me off the most about this order is that why is Akuma next year?
He's
the
Akuma.
last one.
Shoosh.
Okay, that's fine. That's very fine. He saved the best for last. I love that. But why y'all make him look like a lion? He is not a lion. Why did they keep his design from 5? Like, he looks so bad. Why does Akuma have a mane?
Have you?
Damn you, Duck. Damn you.
Have you not seen like some of the shit they do to characters on like Soul Calibur? They're like, oh, it's a new game.
Oh,
they definitely need a new fucking look, and then you're just like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, they ruin it every time. Like, I just figured they would revert him back. Like, I figured that people complained enough from 5 because it was bad. They doubled down, and I'm like, what? Why? And he's last. Like, he's literally like my main in Street Fighter. So I have no choice but to get good with other people before I can even touch Akuma. If I'm even alive that long. Who knows what happens in 20.
You gonna be done dead spring of 2024?
Maybe. You don't know. For Galactus might show up. We don't know.
I mean, that's true.
He died of smoking the marijuanas. Not even once. That's not even once.
THQ also announced their showcase for August 11th, 2023.
I was excited until I saw the date and went, why are you announcing this now?
When is it? Did you say August?
August.
Yes.
It's April. What in the world?
Yeah. August.
Okay. Well,
be
thanks.
prepared. Shiki Miyamoto said in an interview with Nihon Kaizai Shinbun, that there is no doubt that more Nintendo movies will follow after the Super Mario Bros. Phenomenal success.
We all figured that.
Yep.
I mean, duh.
Nier Automata has sold 7.5 million copies worldwide.
God bless it, deserves every piece of success that it has.
Yeah, that's a weird game. Like I haven't gotten to get back to it yet, but it's good, but it's weird.
One of my favorite games of all time, probably.
I can see it. I'm digging what I've played.
That's all the news I got. That's all of it.
Yeah, I got nothing this week.
I got some tweets. Shogun says, okay, this is the week the CMA will deliver the final decision on Microsoft Activision merger. What's your prediction?
I hope that, like, the air oxygen gets sucked out of the room like a scene from fucking Horizon. And I fucking so done with this. I'm so done with this fucking thing.
I'll tell you a fun
shit
rumor
anymore.
that I heard that is the most exciting news about this acquisition that I've heard.
It's not exciting. It all just extends this. I can't do it anymore, man.
No.
It's annoying, not
What's
fun.
going to happen when it's approved? Exciting rumor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Another batch of backwards compatibility games are coming from Activision.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Wait, what do they not have that I would like
There's
to
no
play?
Activision
the Spider-Man
games.
ones.
There's no Activision
Yes, we would
games.
That's awesome. Yes, I do. I want at least Web of Shadows.
Web of
That's
Shadows
it.
is
And I
great.
want-
Oh, Web of Shadows and whatever the Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered
was
Dimensions.
Also great.
Yep.
Yes.
I want
And those are
those.
it. Those
give
are
me
the two.
those two. That's the only two I need. Give me those two. And
Just
you can
give
do
me
whatever
more
with the other ones.
games, motherfucker. I'll take all of them. Because
I
they're
mean,
going to be
well,
in
yeah,
Game
okay,
Pass. So
That's
Fuck it.
right.
Crash Team Racing and the Insane Trilogy all coming to Game Pass. Like, let's fucking go, man.
I just want it to be
Yeah.
over.
Oh, I want it to be over
I-
too.
we all
But
do.
Like if this ended with like no more video games for anyone, and then all video games were fired into the sun, so I never have to hear about fucking Microsoft trying to acquire Activision ever again, I would be willing to sacrifice that.
Dang.
damn, man.
That's how much I'm tired of.
Do I get a
fucking
vote?
talking.
Like, are you the only one speaks on this matter? My God.
I
He
don't know how
has
technology to
spoken.
fuck-
Did we discuss in committee?
I'm just tired of fucking.
He's spoken.
And then Dickhead makes a fucking YouTube video. Is Microsoft in trouble? Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
Hands to my fucking
this
mouth.
fucking guy.
Microsoft
Like,
is dead.
Jeez.
Microsoft not happy with Xbox? Yikes.
Yikes,
Fucking
indeed.
yikes indeed, but not what you're talking about. Yeah.
That story got squashed so fast that like the YouTubers didn't even have a choice but to put the video up that they had made when the news broke. If you don't know what we're referring to, like apparently Jeff Grubb said that Microsoft wasn't happy with Hi-Fi Rush's performance, and then I guess Greenberg was like, "Nah, we were very happy with Hi-Fi Rush's performance," and everybody was like, "Okay."
Well, okay.
Yeah, and that's exactly the response.
I
Everybody's like,
understand the way
okay.
that. So I'm not even. Let's just for a moment. Just Jeff Grubb says something. It's like okay, but like,
Where did you get it from? Like,
yeah,
who
like,
told you that?
First of all,
Yeah.
like, who told him that? Second, how the fuck could you have expectations for a game? You
If
didn't
Shadow
even
drops
announce?
into Game Pass.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that tells me
Exactly.
you have no expectations on the game.
Exactly. See,
So,
I
like,
think, and I know he's
no,
a
that didn't
trustworthy
seem
source.
right.
He is trustworthy.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
think
him
some
that.
stuff, and he is, and I'm not going to diss the nigga. I don't know him, but and I don't read enough about him.
You don't know Paris either, though.
But I do read about. That's why I knew more than y'all niggas were going to jump on that. That's why I said I don't read enough about him either. So
I don't
read
name
enough
names.
Jeff Grubb.
Oh, okay.
But I do because I ain't scared of no. What fuck? What they gonna do?
I ain't
Anyways,
scared of him. I just
Yeah,
don't care.
they're gonna have
I
to
just
listen
think-
to this. They're gonna have to listen.
I
to
just
this
feel
piece
like-
of shit. An hour and 40 minutes of it.
Thanks for the
Get the fuck outta here.
click. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right,
they're
true.
already gone.
So,
Bitch, you came
uh,
here to say-
Fuck out.
you
I
came
just
to
think
hear
that
us say your name.
sometimes.
It's been an hour
Right.
and 40 minutes of your time stolen, bitch.
Let
This
Terrence
is
get
it.
his thought out.
Sometimes-
Come on, goddamn, man's been
Thank
trying for
you.
like 20 minutes.
Right. Sometimes they just throw stuff out there just because they need something to talk about. And I think that this is what this was. You know what I mean? Oh, so I'm hearing that this wasn't, they didn't actually like this kind of thing. He had nothing on it. It was just something to throw out there to start a conversation. And on cue, everybody jumped on it and everything until Greenberg came and was like, actually, is this? And then everybody was like, oh, okay. Thanks for clearing it up.
I also want to clarify that I think Greenberg is full of shit. But hold on. Let me finish. But if it was true, he would not have said nothing.
Yeah.
He just would have kept his mouth shut. So there's how you can tell that there's actually some truth to what he says, but also that man is full of shit.
Yeah. See, and this is why I operate, and I've said this on the show before, as my homie Dr. House taught me, everybody lies. So them two niggas, they lie. But the one at the top of Microsoft is saying they happy. So I'm like, okay, until I hear otherwise from another nigga at top, they happy with Hi-Fi Rush.
I mean,
but I know
the rumor came out. The rumor came out that they're making 2 new games, and they also just expanded their team to 150 more people. So apparently they weren't that upset about the game.
So obviously they weren't mad.
I took a different lesson away from Dr. House, which is get addicted to Vicodin.
But he got clean before the end of the show.
He did.
I didn't watch that far.
Yeah, he got clean. He cleaned up. He was good.
You gotta finish it, Anthony. You gotta watch it all the way through.
Maybe that'll get me over my Vicodin addiction.
Yeah, you gotta watch it all the way through.
Speaking of, I'm almost finished with my new watch of that. I'm on the last episode where he runs the car through the house.
Nice.
So I got one more season left.
Good.
Yeah, that show's amazing.
Show's so good. Really good.
Shogun also says Immortals of Avium looks like the Destiny style game I will get into. That gameplay looks fun. I still have not watched this trailer.
I don't know if you'll like it. I love it. Oh my God.
I didn't even know I didn't know this was a video game until 2 seconds ago when I heard it.
People were getting hyped up for this trailer that dropped this week, isn't it? One of those EA.
It's a Magic first-person shooter. Yeah, it is. The EA originals. You're like a wizard casting spells out of your hand, not a wand, and you mix stuff on the fly. And this is gameplay trailers that they show. It's gameplay. It looks incredible. Gina Torres is in it, and I think the one chick is the one that was married to Uncle Jesse. She played Mystique.
Just married to Uncle Jesse.
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of his name
either. The fact that that's Rebecca what you call her.
Yeah. Rebecca Romaine. I couldn't think of
wasn't she also
the link I had to her.
Wasn't she also married to the fat kid from Stand By Me?
She's still married to him.
Oh yeah, she's still married to him. Actually, yeah, okay. But yeah, I think she plays the mentor of your character in that game. But it looks great. It looks good. I hope it plays as good as it looks.
First of all, his name is Jerry O'Connell. Second, he's Joe from Joe's Apartment.
Nobody remembers Joe's Apartment.
That's on you. Or he's from Sliders. I don't remember what character.
He's also the voice of Commander Ransom on Star Trek Lower Decks. So I know him from that.
He's really good as Shazam. He's voice acted Shazam a couple times. And
DC Shazam?
Yeah. What other fucking Shazam am I talking about?
It's crazy because I was thinking like the Genie one, but then I was like, that was Kazam. That's Kazam. It wasn't Shazam.
Jesus Christ.
I was just a little high.
We're about to get into the when did Sinbad play a genie fucking conversation.
Go ahead, Anthony. I'm sorry. You have the floor. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, that was it. That was it. Jerry O'Connell's really good as like the Superman sort of Shazam character, and they should have him play it. But fucking
man, there was a speaking of Shazam, there was a huge glitch the other day. I don't know if you saw this in the chat where I said that Shazam was on Amazon Prime. So
it's not supposed to be on Amazon Prime.
So check this out. So I don't know, like if you ever used Apple TV, like when you go to buy a movie, it'll tell you like if it's streaming somewhere. And my Apple TV told me that Shazam was streaming on Amazon Prime, so I clicked it and the movie started playing. I was like, cool, I'll watch this weekend. I went back and it was like, nah, dog, it's $25. I was like, oh, that was a glitch. I should have watched it.
Should have watched it right there.
I was so mad that I didn't watch it. I was like, damn it.
Oh, speaking of movies, I tell you what's not very good. I watched Ant-Man Quantumania last night because I wasn't going to the theater to watch it. Oh man, that's not a good film.
I'll watch it when it comes to Disney Plus, and I don't have I still haven't watched Black Panther.
That was good. Parts of it was good. I understand why they did what they did.
Black Panther's it's a tricky situation.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you have to kind of read between the lines, I think, on Black Panther, but it makes sense. You're like, okay, all right. They get a pass on this one, but the next one better deliver fully. But yeah, it's Ant-Man. Kang is good. Michelle Pfeiffer was good, but
well, Kang is gone. So.
Yeah, I know that whole situation. We may have to, and it's funny too because the little after credits scene like quadruples down, and you're gonna be like, "What? Damn!" But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna have an actor change like we did in Iron Man with War Machine.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
It's just gonna have to happen because he ain't coming back.
Oh man.
All right. Next week.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: you're playing with the multiverse shit. Literally, just explain away with that at least.
Actually, it's pretty easy with that. Yeah.
At least it's not the Iron Man suddenly Rhodes is Don Cheadle. Okay.
Yeah, that
I
mean, they addressed it.
Terrence Howard.
It happened.
Definitely doesn't look anything like Don Cheadle, but we'll just ignore that.
Right. Not. Yeah.
Curtis says, "What's up, fellas? Hope all is well. Question: why are Nintendo IPs the most overrated? I played their Marios, their Zeldas, their Metroids, Star Foxes, Kirby's, etc., and found them fun and okay, but not the best games I've played."
Well, like anything, it's subjective, but I feel like it's because people have a sense of looking stuff through that nostalgia, and so they convince themselves. Because I honestly think that a lot of Nintendo stuff that other people are like, "Oh my god, the emotions and everything it brought." I'm like, meh. Like me in the Zelda game. So, and I'm not hating on nobody that's excited for it. I'm not even talking sideways here. It's just me. Like I think it's just. We loved it so much that we just want to see it again and experience it again, that we impressed that upon that. And I've not seen that from them.
It's okay to be wrong. Made me. I'm just saying that.
Hey, and I'm wrong a lot. So
that's a kind of a loaded question because I don't think I can, because I could say the same thing about a lot of PlayStation stuff, and as much as I have criticisms that I do feel like it's Oscar bait, like I will never say that like God of War is overrated. I will say that about Last of Us, but that's just because I feel that way about all Naughty Dog stuff. But like even Horizon that I bounced off of and just don't really have the love for the gameplay. If somebody told me it's their favorite game ever, I'm not shocked by that. Like I'm not surprised by people having good scores for these games. Like to me, it's like there's just things that don't click with people. Like you'll enjoy something, but you'll never love it in the same way somebody else does, and that comes from I think more experience than necessarily the game itself. Like what you bring to the table makes it something that is as good. Like I don't know about. I can't speak for everybody, but like if Jay had played Resident Evil 2 Remake, he wouldn't have given it a 10. I did, because to me it has this spot of where it was a great game for as someone that didn't really play survival horror games. It was great for me, and it was beautiful looking. It played well. Like all the stuff was there, but like I could understand that if you'd played the original, you have more knowledge of what you're expecting, and some of that stuff may not be there. Like the way the stories don't interact the same way as they originally did. Like that could be enough to drop a point, I think I would give Sonic a more positive review if it was a good game, and a more negative review if it was really bad, because I have more care for that character in that series. So you're asking like specifically about Nintendo stuff. I think just consistency. Like, is there another series that is as consistently good as, the 3D Mario games, Zelda's, Metroid, etc.? And like, fuck, Ken and I didn't like Metroid Dread. We didn't hate it, but like we didn't love it, and everybody else told us we were wrong. So it's just kind of what you bring to the table. It's not the game that Ken or I was expecting Metroid to be. So that would be my main sort of response is like, well, I don't think they're overrated. I think it's just that you come from a different place to, like, you bring something different to the table that stops you from seeing, like, that extra little bit that pushes it into, like, oh, these games are really genius. Like, Ryan, I think, disagrees with me on, and maybe Ken does too. I think Super Mario Odyssey is the best 3D Mario has ever been. Like, just brilliant. Just brilliant game design all around. Other people do not feel that way, and that's totally fine.
And Ryan hates Breath of the Wild, so his opinion don't matter.
No, but
so
I understand that.
No, I'm kidding.
I think my thing with Nintendo is that their stuff, to me, it never seems to really get pushed or evolve to that next level. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, and I know y'all gonna be like, well, that sounds stupid and weird. I'm gonna tell you why I say it like that. Why do I not have a Zelda game that's all vocalized, like Grand Theft Auto or anything else? Why is Mario still talking like he suffers from a brain injury? Why are they not speaking? Why is it not all fully voiced and stuff like that? Why are we just like, you can still have the great platforming and all the wonderful things that else do? Why are we still sticking to these same points?
So
like, why?
They did voice a couple, like, because I'm going to tell you right now, generally,
but, when you say I mean the mainline
voice
stuff.
characters. Yeah, I'm talking Super Mario Sunshine. The only person that doesn't talk much is Mario. Everybody else has dialogue. No one liked it. No one liked that Peach talked and Bowser talked. No one. They didn't like fucking Bowser Jr. calling Peach Mama. People hated it. Metroid Other M. Fully voiced.
I've heard
People
about that. Yeah, I haven't played
hated
that.
it. And I get it. Like, those things aren't necessarily because, oh, the character's voice, it's other things, but you have to understand that, like, when you make a big change and people have weird reactions to it, I can see why you would be like, never mind. Also, cost. Like, cost. It's easier just to have characters do small little vocalizations and then you read the text that's been translated than translating the text and then paying someone to read it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that a company like Nintendo, I don't think they got. Yeah,
I'm just saying,
everybody
like,
else can have fully
cost-saving
voiced
measure.
stuff, they can. Sure, yeah, it is, but I mean, they don't really need to save that money.
And if
everybody else can spend it, so they could.
It's an easier hit to take. Also, I think this just goes for video games in general, not even just Nintendo. It's an easier hit to take when the conversation is they don't have voice acting or alternatively, the voice acting is really bad.
Fair enough.
Like, oh, this is terrible voice acting. Okay.
Right. I'm sure, and what you said makes sense, and that is probably the reasons why. It's just, to me, that's always been. I mean, I still play these games. I'm playing Odyssey now. I love it. Odyssey is, oh my god, it's fantastic. But when I play it, I'm still like, damn, why is he not talking English? Why do I have to read this? Playing Metroid Prime. Why? I know. I'm saying. I'm playing devil's advocate. I know what you said the reason is. I'm just saying I would like it. Terrence would like it so much more if this nigga did this. I get why they're not doing it.
I'm just going to ask you, like, 2 questions to be devil's advocate back. Would you want all those fucking logs read to you via dialogue in Metroid Prime?
Would I?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
even if it's
I would,
useless
yes.
information.
He's thinking about it. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, see,
and-
that's
and
actually
what the
why
fuck-
that's why actually I was thinking about it, because I was like, some of that ain't actually useful, and I may not want all of it read to me. So
and
maybe not.
then with Mario, what the fuck are you gonna say?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
But see, that's what I'm
everybody
saying.
has.
It's
But as much as like
Ravioli.
Chris Pratt, yeah, exactly. As much as Chris Pratt was like nobody's first pick for Mario movie, I understand why they didn't go with. I mean, I still think that he's a better voice actor than anyone gives him credit for. But I understand why they're like, Mario's voice actor is probably not the person to choose for Mario in this movie, because the reality is like outside of those small vocalizations,
exactly.
how does Mario sound? How does
Exactly.
he
I
Bob
know
sound?
what you're
fucking
saying.
Hoskins.
Yeah.
And everybody has a different idea of how characters should sound. And personally, my opinion is I would have had them be speaking false, fake languages like they do in Shadow of the Colossus for like Zelda and stuff.
I
Fuck
got you.
right?
I guess my thing is as true as that is, why is it then that we demand a voice out of, the Final Fantasy characters, or, Aloy, or
I've
the
never-
niggas why can't everything just be read, right?
Because
So why are we demanding voice, but we let Nintendo get away with it? That's me.
But I don't. So
I know
again,
you don't.
I think this,
I'm just saying.
I think this
the
goes back to
masses.
the why
Gordon
games
Freeman never
masterpieces,
said a
whatever.
goddamn word.
Morgan Freeman, or Morgan, yeah, never mind,
Morgan,
sorry.
no,
I was thinking
Gordon
I was
Freeman.
thinking Gordon Freeman, yeah. Fucking Morgan Freeman.
Oh, he
voicing
doesn't
Gordon
talk
Freeman.
either, does
Yeah.
he? Gordon Freeman doesn't talk
Everybody
either.
talks at him.
Yeah. Like, why is that we still beholden to the silent protagonist?
Because-
like, I don't know.
Because a character that talks has their own what's the word I'm looking for? Own drive or own reasoning that may not align with the players, and then you're going to ask a player to do something that doesn't necessarily align with how they think the character should go. It's a fucking
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a rough
I get
thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not a passive watcher with video games,
Right.
You're
Because
actively
they're trying to
taking part
make
in it.
you right. They're trying to make it fully immersive, right? Your
it's like
adventure. So
I just see
I
a
get it.
no-win situation, and I speak
It is,
more
it
for
is.
the like. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, "I'm turning on the Japanese voice acting because it's better."
Yep. Yep.
Do you speak Japanese? Then how can you know?
Right.
Like you
And-
can
and
only
know what,
tell
though,
that the
Anthony?
English is bad because you speak English. Like, and it's stuff like that where it's like I can understand just going fuck it. Fuck
Right.
it. That's not why people come to Nintendo. We make good games. We do fun stuff. That's it. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Like even the newest Zelda game, they're like, fuck story. Who gives a shit? Fucking give them minimal pieces and they'll figure this shit out.
Just give
And
them
then have
buff Ganon and we're good.
Yeah, like
Apparently, that's all everybody needed. Jesus.
So yeah, and like.
No, you're
the
right.
other-
This is why I don't speak on this too either, because it is one of those things where it's just like, meh. It's because I know I'm the minority. I just am like, man, I would really like it if but yeah, I there's a lot of stuff that I just, I know why we do it, and I just kind of take it and go. But then I'm inwardly like, man, I wish we could, but it ain't never gonna happen. So whatever.
Zelda talks, and I wish she wouldn't.
Yeah, like that's no. Honestly, though, that's a thing where it's like I was playing Breath of the Wild, and like she's far from my least favorite voice actor in Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
I
Link.
think Mipha was my least favorite, the Zora girl.
I think is she in the? Because I've only played I've played a bunch of different characters.
she's in like
the,
one of the she's
the Musu one.
I'm sorry. All of
She's
this
in
stuff
that, yeah.
is triggering memories in my head when the Game Grumps played through Breath of the Wild and they did the voices for all the characters.
Nice.
one of the Zoras, he had like this surfer voice, like, Mipha, you totally had gone.
but that's
my
but
head.
to me, it's like I don't need Kirby to have a voice. I don't need.
He's gonna roll up and be like, "Where my bitches at in the club? The pink motherfucker is here."
God damn. But that's it.
I hope that's how
like,
Kirby roll in.
Like,
oh man.
Like, I'll ask a question.
Bitch, don't make
Would
me
the
suck
world
you.
would the world be a better place if Sonic never talked?
No.
Are you sure?
Dude, I love Sonic talking about his chili dogs.
I like the fact that Sonic talks and eats his chili dogs and everything. Like, that's, right? I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, it's sometimes, like, there is something to, like, maybe this was a mistake. Like, I don't think Sonic talking,
you're right.
but I think like,
Sonic there are times.
Sonic talking in tertiary stuff is fine, but, like, when Sonic started talking in the video games, like, the game changed. And I get it. It was a graphical jump, but it was also a technological jump. And that's an important aspect. Like, Nintendo still makes stuff that's, like, feels very experimental. Like, they're playing with the technology. And it's like, I don't know. It's a very weird place to be in. I don't know. There's a lot of things, like, I don't know what's... Like, going back to the original tweet, I don't know what game you're referring to. Like, maybe somebody sent you down the wrong path and it's like, Metroid Dread's the best Metroid. Well, if that's your first Metroid, I can totally see why you would never want to play another one. But, like, are you playing Breath of the Wild? Well, I would argue that that's not... It's one of the most interesting Zelda games, but, like, if you want to see kind of what a Zelda game is, like, there's way better options. Mario, like, yeah, Odyssey is great, but if you're like, where's the challenge? Well, that's all backloaded. If you want something harder, you need to go to, like, Super Mario Sunshine or Galaxy that has that harder stuff more accessible outright. Like, Nintendo's a weird publisher and developer to talk about, where it's like, yeah, I guess all their stuff could be overrated, but it's just like, it's all very weird. You don't find Nintendo-like stuff anywhere else. And I think partially it's because they were a toy manufacturer, first and foremost, at one point. And that's still what they kind of do. Nobody else made Labo. Not that I'm saying that's a good idea. I don't know. Interesting thought. I'll have to think about that next time I see, like, a new Nintendo game release. Like, when the new Zelda game comes out, like, I'll be interested to see the scores and how I feel about it. Because, this time around, it isn't a big shift in the gameplay. Like, we kind of know what we're getting into this time, and is it going to hold up? And maybe, the reviews will say it's amazing, and then maybe we'll be like, no, it's really just okay.
Never know with Nintendo.
But I think Link should speak with a high-pitched voice. Like, his voice is always cracking.
Yeah, that's the hero of time right there.
I'm coming to save you, Princess Zelda.
Well, I mean, he does.
See, this is why Ganon gets all the bitches. That's what that is.
I mean, he does swap back and forth between young and old Link, so,
Oh, God, yeah. Well, it's just like the voice of Link from the TV show. Or even worse, the voice
I need
of
to
Link
watch
from
that. I've never seen that TV show.
The voice of Link from the CDI games. I'm so hungry, I could eat an octorok.
I just saved you from Ganon.
Terrible. Again, why characters shouldn't talk.
See, Terrence, you asked me why I had those CDI games. Now you know.
No, hold on. Whoa. Please tell me you do not own those CDI games.
Of course I do. What are you?
Yeah,
oh,
you do.
No.
Yeah, I forgot. You must not have saw us talk about it. We were talking about it the other day in the chat.
God.
Funny.
Do you have all three?
Yes, of course I do.
Oh, Ken, the Zelda one is so bad.
Yes, it is bad.
Zelda top down. Like, how is it worse than the other two? I don't know.
It somehow manages to be. I don't know how, but it does. You want to talk about some great voice acting? Go play that game, and you'll see why there's no voice acting in Zelda games.
Gotcha. Fair enough. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't played those, so I haven't played their failures.
They didn't
as to why they've landed on that.
Those are lightly attached to them in the fact that they're idiots and made Sony.
Yeah, but you got to watch those cutscenes. You've got to watch
the cutscenes. Okay, that is the studio that was working on the Warcraft point-and-click game.
Oh, wow, the one that I wanted? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, if you see these cutscenes, you won't want it anymore.
Gotcha.
No, the ones that they did for the other one was much better, but animation magic, yeah.
All
right.
One last tweet we got to get through. John writes in and says, "Hey guys, it's a bummer that you can't use emulators anymore on the Xbox. I have friends that use it to play SOCOM via PC SX2. I really wish Sony would bring SOCOM back. It was my first real experience playing online multiplayer. It could be popular again, but Sony would rather bitch about COD." So you still can play emulators on the Xbox. You just got to pay that developer fee or whatever.
Which is dirt cheap, isn't it?
It's like $20 or something. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
So you can still do it there. Honestly, just get yourself a little PC. Most things can run up to PlayStation 2, GameCube stuff. You'd be fine. But yeah, Sony's never bringing back SOCOM. Why would they?
Yeah,
Which is
well,
weird, because I never liked it, but it was so popular.
Yeah, I mean, the 1 and 2 were amazing. 3 was pretty good. 4 is where it kind of started falling off a little bit. But I just don't think they want to. I don't know. I don't know why they don't bring it back, because it was like, I remember the fights we used to have back then. Like, everybody wanted to play SOCOM or Halo, and you had to go back and forth.
Yep. Very different games.
Sure, but that's where everybody was playing. So
let's just so because I'm always curious, because again, like, all right, sorry, gonna nerd out a bit for a second here. One of my favorite eras was like where, like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 was around, and they had PSP, and then Nintendo had, GameCube, Wii, and they had the portable division. Like, there was all these companies that had, like, you're taking our franchises and you're making the portable version, right? And, like, Sony had some really interesting teams that they just let go, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, Zipper Interactive was the SOCOM people that ended up doing the PlayStation Portable stuff, and then MAG, which... And then their last game was Unit 13 for the Vita. And it's like, they just let that team fucking wash away.
Vaguely remember Unit 13. Was that good?
I could not.
Or did it launch with the Vita?
I think it launched with the Vita.
Okay. I don't know why I remembered it being like...
But it's like, and then they had Slant 6 games working on the PlayStation Port, like the SOCOM series after, and let that team move away, and that team would end up doing Operation Raccoon City, and then some shit, and then fading into oblivion, like all these other studios. And it's just like, it's depressing, because like these teams clearly understood the series they were working with, and were able to kind of keep that legacy going. I was trying to figure out who did the Ratchet and Clank PSP game, but I can't remember. Because Ready at Dawn did Daxter, and then there was the team that did this stuff, High Impact, and High Impact is no longer existing.
Man, I played High Impact Football last week. That game's still great.
That's not them, but...
No, I know, but when you say High Impact...
I was just letting people know out there. But, like, they did Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. They did Secret Agent Clank. They did Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier. And it's like, okay, cool. And then they were just like, yeah, we're done with you. We don't need you anymore. So they went and did Phineas Ferb Across the Second Dimension. They did the Wii port of Modern Warfare 3. And yeah, like the rest of their stuff is just this sad trickle into just no longer existing. And it's like, what the fuck is with? It's depressing.
Sure,
that's the best way to put it. It's depressing. It's like Sanzaru. There, I'm looking at Sanzaru.
Sly Cooper,
who did Secret Agent Clank for PlayStation 2, yeah, and then they did the Sly Collection, and then Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, Bentley's Hack Pack, God of War Collection for PS Vita, Sly Collection for PS Vita, and then it's like, you're doing the portable 3DS versions of Sonic Boom, and just kind of fades into oblivion as well. They did Spyro Reignited, they did the Year of the Dragon part of that trilogy, but like, it's depressing. It's like, because again, you have a studio that knows your shit and does really good jobs, and then just fuck them into the fucking wild you go. Depressing. I hate that.
I mean, it's depressing, but I understand that probably a lot of those games did not do well, like financially.
Financially, I understand. I understand not necessarily continuing the franchise. Let me rephrase that. I guess that's kind of how I've been arguing, but I'm more of like, here's a team that did not create a property but comes in and understands it. Why don't you take that team and trust them with other things? Like, they clearly show their worth, and they clearly understand your property and give it the time of day it deserves when you're not having your main studio work on them at all. And I don't know, it's a weird... Like, why do they not have a team working on an Infamous game? I understand that is Sucker Punch, but, like, Sucker Punch is doing other things now. Do you still find that there's value in Infamous? If not, that's fine, but, like, Sucker Punch also made Sly Cooper. Are you telling me Sly Cooper has no worth? Like,
no.
Why does Insomniac feel the need to do Ratchet and Clank when clearly their heart isn't in it anymore, in my opinion?
Well, I think, and this is unfortunate, we just had this discussion about why Nintendo does what they do. I don't feel like Microsoft and Sony feels like those things are... Because 90% of the stuff I want from Microsoft and Sony, they're never going to do. Because it's not going to make money. Like,
yeah,
I want Parappa to come back. I want Twisted Metal to come back. I want, fucking on the Xbox side, I want, like, Conker to come back. That shit's just not going to make money. And instead, they're putting their money into these fucking, like you said earlier, Oscar bait games. Like, Sony makes a ton of money on these over-the-shoulder, third-person crying simulators, hard life simulators. Like,
crying.
I mean, they're all like.
You're right.
You gotta be serious.
You're right.
You're
right. Yeah, you're right.
Dreary misery.
Yeah, like
just the fact that you called them crying simulators.
They're all trying to make you feel an emotion, and the only emotion sometimes I want to feel is fun, and that's why Nintendo gets so much credits, because they're only fucking people doing that.
And that's just because fucking Microsoft just doesn't put out enough shit.
Microsoft don't do shit.
But everybody says that Hi-Fi Rush was, wait for it, fun.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
It was
Everybody
fun.
Loves Astrobot because guess what? It's fun.
And they
also,
didn't.
The music in that game is dope, but whatever.
I mean, Astrobot is one of the. It's okay. I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again just because I want to put it in. Astrobot is the best PS5 exclusive available today. Period. That game is that good, but they shut part of that studio down, if I remember correctly, and they didn't even bother having them make anything for PSVR 2, which, let's be fair, Astrobot on the PSVR was the reason to own that piece of hardware.
Oh, that game was on PSVR. Okay.
Yeah, that's where it started. Like, there was the Playroom on the PS4, and then they made a full-on game for the PSVR, and it's just incredible.
That VR game is brilliant, and honestly, like, even it requires the VR, but like,
and you can't play it on VR too, by the way, which is a crock of shit.
Yeah, one of the worst decisions made. But like, everything's perfect. Like, I don't know fucking how, but it's like one of those few games out there where if you had told me like, oh, this is Nintendo or ex-Nintendo employees or whatever, you go, makes sense, because it feels that way. Like, it something about it just feels perfect. Like, oh, this is a video game that understands what fun is. Because even Yakuza, which I like a lot and is still sitting there collecting money, it isn't always fun. Like, it doesn't...
The grind never stops.
Yeah, So, like, yeah, I don't know. Just fucking Astrobot, man. It's something else. And the music feels like a Nintendo soundtrack, too. Like, everything just screams, this game is supposed to make you feel joy. This is pure escapism in its finest. This isn't a heavy story. There's some emotional stuff, but for the most part, it's like, this is just fun. This is just supposed to be fun.
I mean, maybe they've cracked the code. If you've ever been online listening to people talk about video games, they're a bunch of miserable fucks. So
I mean,
Hey,
we're a
why
bunch of
not make-
miserable fucks.
too.
I can't even.
well, why not
like,
make a
can't
video
even-
game that's about misery? Because that's what everybody likes to do, is be miserable.
I hope that like anybody that suffers through this podcast when I'm on, which is a lot, and I'm sorry, at least can see that like when I'm happy or enjoying a game, I talk about it in a way that shows actual joy. Like I don't like being shitty all the time. I don't need to feel that.
I mean, that's not why. Like, I grew up smiling at the colors and the fun. Like, you want to know why you want to know why Nintendo stuff is so good, man? I have so many memories of playing through Mega Man, Metroid, Zelda, Mario on my NES, my Super Nintendo, and just like those games were so good. And then like you get to PlayStation, and it's like there's still some fun to be had here. They had some really wacky shit, you know. And it just gets more and more serious because we're like, oh, look at the realism, look at the realism. You know, life kind of sucks, and I don't necessarily want life's realism all the time. You know,
Right.
so,
And I think also like you were saying, going back to old consoles, because they were never going for realism. You know, I won't go back to say the NES, but like, man, Super Mario All-Stars looks like a cartoon still.
yeah,
You know?
it's beautiful.
Like, Mario looks great because he's a cartoon character. Old Sonic games are great because he looks like a cartoon character. It's a little weird seeing him interact with people. And, like, even when they did that with Mario, they still made it feel like a cartoon. They made Mario feel like the main cartoon character, and it's just a bunch of people that are background drawings to show that hey, this world actually has inhabitants. Because every other world he goes to are cartoon characters still. You know, because it isn't trying to be real. It's like Mario is his own fucking thing, and like, you know, yeah, Metroid's a little bit more serious, but it's all fucking aliens at the end of the day. There's only one person really in good Metroid games.
And she's wearing a suit the entire time.
And yeah, she's wearing a mech suit. And then like, you know, the old Zelda games still hold up, and yeah, they're you know a little bit more mature, but they're all fantasy, you know. And he's never. I think there's like one game where you can say like, wow, that's actual violence. You know, like that person's dead. That person's dead.
He's dead.
Ganon is dead.
Ganon never dies.
And that'd be Wind Waker. Like Wind Waker's ending, which is this big fucking cartoony masterpiece, is I think the only time where I can say like, wow, that guy died.
Wind Waker, one of the few Zelda games you can't play on a modern console right now.
And one of the best.
And it
know
is one
that.
of
The
the
best.
best.
I thought they. No, I
Nope.
wasn't.
Wii
No,
U.
okay.
The Wii U was the last time that game was ported.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, though, Zelda, I fucking hated Skyward Sword until I played the Switch version.
I mean, the one that doesn't have forced waggle.
The one that doesn't stop you every 4 seconds to tell you what the fuck to do. Yeah, it's amazing
Listen,
how that worked out.
listen.
And I love that game. I did not go into that game expecting to love it.
It always had good design. It just had bad pacing.
Yeah, and that pacing problem has generally been fixed. And so, like, you know,
I need
would
Zelda.
say,
I
like,
need
they
Tears of the
avoided-
Kingdom right now. While this is Zelda talk, I need a Zelda game to play.
I need a new game. Like, I'm not saying time loop. Ignore that. I'm hoping that they put a little bit more thought into characters this time around. Because one of my favorite Zelda games is Majora's Mask. I can't choose at this point if it's Wind Waker or Majora's Mask that's my favorite. But Majora's Mask, like all those characters having so much story, that's really interesting stuff. And then everybody hated it, so they never did it again.
It happens. Alright, that's all of the tweets that I have. If you want to tweet at us, it's at ZTGD Podcast on the Twitter. No, we don't have a blue check, you know, because the blue check's whatever. That whole debacle this weekend.
I will
That's
say
right.
this. If you've listened this long, how could you? I'm curious to know, like, specific games, not just series, but specific games that are overrated, or you think is overrated, but still fine. You just think they're overrated because there's one thing to like actively dislike a game. I don't like the Uncharted series, so like that's an easy one. More of like you like a game, but like you don't understand how people find it like brilliant or whatever. I'm just curious to know a list. That's all.
Yeah, that's always it's always interesting to hear what other people think. Is like, hey, I played this game and
good.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously most people don't understand why I have 6,000 hours in Overwatch because it makes no sense to anybody. But to me, it's like it's my comfort. Like, and people probably play it and they're like, "Why do you play this so much?"
I play it just hanging out with you guys. Really, I don't give a shit otherwise.
Exactly.
I played it by myself for like 2 years. Like, I had nobody to play with. Like, I was just by myself for 2 years. Motherfucker, I don't play most games for 2 weeks, let alone 2 years.
Yes, that's a long time. Lord.
Well, 7 years in less than a month. I've been playing that game.
They should send you something. They should send you
Dude, they wouldn't even send me a
or...
review code for the Switch version, because I was just curious. I want to try it out. They would not send me one.
All right, well, I guess they're not going to send you anything then. Never mind.
They don't love me. Like, I don't understand why they don't love me.
That's messed up.
But anyway, if you want to shoot us an email, those are still available. Podcasts@ztgd.com. Phoenix Down is rocking that Halo Reach. Drew's playing that, so you can check that out. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I'm at ZTGD. Terrence is at Lord Magnus, and the site is at ZTGD Content. You can follow us on there. You can also get the show pretty much everywhere. If there's somewhere that you want the show that we're not at, well, I think we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on
Pornhub.
Apple. No, we're not there.
Whoa!
I don't know what we're gonna do there.
Listen, I'm not like. I know of like YouTube creators that are not planning on doing anything like naughty there, but have opened accounts just in case YouTube ever shit the bed.
No, thank you.
That's funny.
No, thank you. I have no need for that site to be in my browser. Just.
I mean, yeah, as a married man, that ain't doing nothing but just inviting problems. We ain't trying to do all of that. We trying to
also, that's the only reason why I even joked about. That's the only reason why I came up. Like, stop skeletons from fighting. I'll call them out.
Also,
I love their channel. But literally, they've opened an account on Pornhub because they were like, "What happens if like YouTube decides to just fuck us entirely tomorrow?"
I mean,
that's
the
crazy.
stuff you can find on that site makes the Nintendo eShop look like a kiddie playground. So,
oh heck yeah!
No, thank you.
Oh heck yeah!
No, thank you. But I think that's it. That's all I got. We'll get out of here and we'll be back next week and talk about some secret games that we couldn't talk about this week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll be back. Well, so peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.